If Ethan wants to talk to me, he can talk to me, okay? He doesn't have to constantly cry as a 50-year-old adult with 3 children from behind an Instagram story. You can talk to me in person, big dog. You got my phone number. We can have a conversation on your stream. We can have a conversation on my stream. Selfishly, you spent the next year constantly fucking ripping into, suspiciously, a lot of, not myself, but other people of color. I'm not calling myself a person of color. I know it's going to get clipped out of context here as well. And then you're going to be like, meh, 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 whatever. No, just noticing that you have just been going after a lot of people of color.
This is crazy. I don't think I've been this hyped for one single video in a really long time, and I am shocked in 2025 that it's an Ethan Klein video that I'm excited for. I guess I'm not shocked. This has kind of been a long time coming. There's been sort of a year of Ethan Klein popping off and talking shit about every single horrible person online possible, to the point where people were like upset that they had to hand him as many W's as he's earned. It's kind of crazy to think about. I think ever since he started doing his debate arc pre-Leftovers, I don't know, maybe it's during Leftovers, from that point on, he's just been on this trajectory where he's been pretty fucking entertaining. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at his show. I know. I'm watching the H3 podcast unironically some of these days, and I'm enjoying it. It's fucking wild. This is the culmination of like 8 months of drama between Ethan, Frogan, Hasan, Piker, and I am absolutely excited to jump into it. All right. Are you guys ready? Because we're about to embark on what is probably going to be over a week's worth of content tonight. We're about to jump in. As you guys know, Hasan Piker, not super happy about the content nuke releasing. This was his response from about a month ago when the video kind of got leaked that it was being made.
That won't be unhinged, please, you guys. It's the holidays. Let's just...
Guys, it's an election year. Guys, it's the holidays. Guys, just please stop talking about the fucking nuke. No.
Let's just take a deep breath and enjoy life, okay? I don't want to know. I don't want to even think about that.
Dude, guy's on 1 HP 1 month prior to the release of the video.
Make no mistake, it is not because I'm so fearful. It's just that every time some shit like that pops off, there are just a week of just a endless sequence of people.
I'm shooting for 2, okay? It might be a week. I'm shooting for 2.
Coming in here with new accounts to be like, dude, address this thing that you have explained.
The fortress starts to get a couple of little holes poked through them
7 million times. Okay? Ruining the vibes.
The thing with Ethan Klein that is super important to understand is that for years, Hasan Piker has hid behind it's Destiny. It's Destiny's community. Well, a lot of the people who are going to be covering this Ethan Klein video have completely disavowed Destiny. So that's kind of a problem. Obviously, there's like issues with launching a video about Hasan this close to the Destiny controversy. But nobody here can say after all of that last week that they're just doing this to defend Destiny. Because I imagine nobody who's reacting to this, including Ethan's entire crew that probably hates Destiny, nobody is doing this for Destiny's best interest. But Hasan Piker has been able to spend the last 2 or 3 years pushing all criticism. Oh, that's Destiny, that's DGG, that's the unhinged community. Oh, that's Glup Shido commentary, Destiny Orbiter, or whatever. It's not really gonna work this time. Ethan Klein, coming from like the Leftovers podcast and stuff, is somebody who was an ally, somebody who had a large shared audience. Obviously, that's sort of diminished over the last few months. But he can't just call him an unhinged schizo orbiter. It doesn't work like that. So for the first time, Hasan might actually have to respond to one of these, and I'm looking forward to it. His first response has not been, it's not very good.
From what I understand, the reviews are not great. Turns out when you're not particularly smart or particularly knowledgeable about politics, and you try to do a, political takedown.
From the reviews, chat, that's because he's not watching it. That's because he's going to watch it offline and then tell his Discord that he hasn't watched it. And then he's going to do isn't this the guy that thing over and over? Well, isn't that the video that, and then just repeat like some unhinged, deranged version of whatever Ethan actually said in it.
To look at
because that's the only way to deflect stuff like this.
And say, yeah, you're kind of stupid. Especially if your big reveal is that I am a socialist. We literally had a political podcast together.
He's so mad.
And have had numerous conversations on that political podcast in front of tens of thousands of people about my political perspective.
He sounds depressed.
Clip chimping me into oblivion is not going to take away.
It's not going to take away what? YouTube drama. Why would you stop it there? I need to see some tears. All right, without further ado, we got to get into this one, boys. We got to get going. Let's go. Now, I've heard there's quite the intro for this one. I've heard this one starts... It's 25 minutes of pure energy right at the beginning, so I'm looking forward to it.
The world would not be the same.
I'm here for it.
Two people.
Last time we did a response to Ethan Klein's content nuke, I had to hire Vega to make me like a Warzone nuke video thing, so I'm here for it.
Laughed. A few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu.
2025 is cracked, by the way. You're right. You're 100% right.
Says, now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Did I not ask you nice enough?
We think the Houthis also are doing what the Houthis
fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dogs. Why am I held accountable for this? God forbid you throw up the fucking green Hamas banner.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, disclaimer to YouTube. Whoever is the guy in charge of looking over the reports this stream gets, I am not the guy who's pro-terrorist. That's the person we're reacting to, and I do not like the Hasan Piker pro-terrorist guy. Please do not take down my channel.
Happy birthday from Twitch, Hasan. Happy birthday from Twitch.
Just so nobody gets that mixed up, okay? We disavow terrorism, guys. Brave take over here. Prologue. Why am I making this? Because you're unhinged. You're crazy.
Oh, hi there.
You went after Markiplier.
It's me, your old friend, Ethan Klein. It's been a while since we've last spoken. In that time, I've had 3 kids, all boys. I've lost 100 pounds.
He had 3 kids and he lost the baby weight. There we go.
And I've pissed off 75% of the internet. Probably a lot of you guys too. Actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas. Someone should bomb.
He was just talking about content nuking it, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah, and I got a tattoo also, so I'm cool like that now. Left or right, I always...
Unironically, I hate to say it.
Too also, so...
If you compare that to any tattoo on Anissa or Ian's entire body, I literally think Ethan solos. Unironically think he solos.
I'm cool like that now. Left or right, I always thought that, despite our differences...
Any singular tattoo on their
There was
body.
one thing we could all agree on. And what was that? That we love America and everything she stands for.
Mom and Dad and apple pie.
Sure, there's plenty to criticize and endless things to improve, but I thought it was about making a more perfect union, not tearing it down.
And marching bands, a pride that
I assume he's memeing.
only
The thing is, there's something kind of scary brewing in America. Communism.
That's America. That's America to me.
I started a show
No shit, it was on your he immediately opens with that. Never mind, I just heard that.
a couple of years ago with my acquaintance, Hasan Piker. You might remember him from such classics as
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit.
That's not what I said, you dumb cracker bitch.
and of course, the Leftovers podcast, which was our show, which we made broadly to goof on the antics of the right. Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to...
Just to be clear, America deserves 7-Eleven was not a joke. That was a actual position that he holds, just to be clear. Describing it as a joke is completely incorrect. When pushed back on it, and when his uncle turned around, it was the whole actually, it was just like an edgy way to say like America's foreign policy decisions actually contributed to like why 9/11 happened. It was not a joke. It was a position that he actually held, just to be clear.
judge?
There is Ethan Klein being a delightful human being.
I was just gonna say, if there's another Holocaust, if they start rounding up the Jews again, I hope Ben gets.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And we went on making the show for about 2 years, and everything was good. Everyone was having fun. The audience was having fun. No problem.
I'm watching Denims' React stream, and she seemed bewildered that Hasan is anti-American. All right, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know what's happening on Denim's stream, but I need one soldier to record the entire thing, because that's an entire separate day of content for us. I need the entire Denims VOD from start to finish. I'm very clear about this. I will be reacting to this a second time through Denims' eyes.
That was until this happened.
We were doing our regular show, and for the first time I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. I don't hate the idea of like people who can be successful. I think it's good that people can achieve success in the terms.
And again, the
monetary...
criticism that Ethan was getting here was this was always the direction his channel was going. Ethan was like very open in arms to like any singular person who was coming from the left, depending on how, like, it doesn't matter how far left they actually are. That was kind of the direction the podcast was going for about 2 or 3 years. It's interesting because, like, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like the family getting destroyed by Trisha Paytas when she like married off Moses and blew up frenemies, or it was like the falling out with Hasan Piker. But I feel like Ethan in the last year or so, I don't think it's me being different or me changing my position. I really do think Ethan has become more of a normal guy who, instead of agreeing on 0% of fucking situations with, I agree on roughly 50 to 80% of the stuff that comes out of his mouth. And I think that a lot of people can probably come to terms with that being true. It just seems like he's significantly more relatable, and he's being significantly more charitable to everybody, because I think he realizes that the direction he was going with the people he was associating with was only going to end one way, and it was this way. He just seems like a regular guy now. He doesn't seem like he's just kind of pandering to anybody. It feels like I'm listening to his own takes, his own perspectives. And it didn't feel like that like a while ago.
Success. I mean, that's what that means, right? I do. You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Because I see so many people in the chat saying no.
I don't know what y'all are tripping about. Like, what the fuck?
I'm not sure if that's like a overcorrecting, because he really did think like a huge percent of his audience was like Nazis back in the day, and I think that kind of pushed away like center right people, and kind of opened the door for like tankies to enter. I guess that's always how I viewed it.
What is the idea that you guys are looking for?
You guys are all like radical communists. There's that many radical communists. Suck it, chat. You're watching a capitalist pig. Deal with it.
And then this happened.
This comment from Hasan really started to sound some alarms in my head.
If you're in a socialist country with more...
Well, someone just said Nazis are far left, though. I gotta be honest with you. I think that probably surprised the fuck out of him when, like, your own when your own friend's community is like completely indistinguishable from like Nick Fuentes' community with their position on Jews. That's got to be a huge wake up call, right? It's like, oh, these are the far left guys. I'm sure they're gonna be. I'm sure they'll be more tolerant. And all of a sudden you see the far left guys sounding like they're literally heiling Hitler as they attack Jews on all platforms. That's probably a fucking crazy moment for Ethan.
multiple parties, and one of the parties is a capitalist party, which would surely exist.
Yeah.
What would you do if that party started gaining momentum?
The solution to that would always be education and offering more
re-education.
Re-education, certainly, yeah. There should be an enforcement mechanism, and in that enforcement mechanism, I think like rehabilitation, which would include re-education as well.
We're gonna get put in
Putting
camps.
capitalists in re-education camps isn't disturbing enough. I started to notice that Hasan was carrying a lot of water for communist states, war crimes, and genocides.
What do you call Crimea? I call it a part of Russian territory, bitch. That's what I call Crimea. I call it Crimea River, a Russian river. The annexation of Crimea is absolutely a justified...
Fun fact, this was in the original script for the Hasan video I never released. The Crimea stuff is an undercovered era of Hasan Piker. Like there was a few of these where like they kind of flew under the radar and people weren't really covering them.
Bible annexation. Tibet was literally a fucking feudal slave mandate autonomous zone.
China did them a favor.
That was one. I mean, in America, when I say something like this, people get very upset. You know, we talk about the Dalai Lama saying "suck my tongue" or whatever, but like that's not far from the norm in fucking normal Tibetan existence before the Communist Party came in. And
it's going to be good when Keem shouts it out.
Yeah, Keem's been pretty fucking pro Ethan. I had to corrupt him over the months, over many months of sending him Ethan rehabilitation camp like footage.
Unilaterally took over Tibet.
Like
these are their culture. They basically are trying to, you know, homogenize the culture.
If your culture,
they're trying to spoil the religion and the identity.
The part of feudal warlords and slavery, abolishing that. Yes, I do think that is good.
No, China did them a favor.
This is a good way to describe Taiwan as well. The American federal government going into the fucking South and killing, unfortunately not all of them, but a decent amount of slavers and defenders of slavery. This is violent
I forgot that he had his position on Taiwan too. You know what he is? You ever see the videos of like John Cena being like an asset for China, right? Where he's like apologizing for just mentioning Taiwan. It's like this is what Hasan Piker is.
Contribution from a powerful federal government that squashed. Okay,
Tibet is the South in the Civil War.
Yes.
And most disturbingly, a complete whitewashing of the...
Yeah, this is Hasan Piker. This is literally...
中国就是叫西纳，我必须说现在在《速度与激情》中我做很多采访，很多，所以在一个
Can somebody make a deep fake? Make this Hasan Piker. Deep fake this into Hasan.
有一个错误。所有人问我，如果我可以用中文，速度与激情就有人给我。
Yeah, it's him like that or LeBron James.
Chinese genocide against their Muslim minority group, the Uyghurs. Don't they have Uyghur death camps? Is that?
It's not a death camp. They were re-education.
Dude, fucking Hasan Piker is not a big fan of the Uyghurs, bro.
Camps, and they are no longer in operation.
Is that
according
true?
to the Associated Press?
Okay,
dude. We're talking about the trans genocide, but we're not talking about the Uyghur genocide. Interesting.
But crazy documentary, and I don't know. I don't know the surrounding narrative or anything about it. But it was about there was doctors in the area. They would be able to procure organs.
No, no.
I'm telling you, they were in China.
Now the obvious question for Ethan is why he maintained the friendship up until this point. I think personally you can come away from this saying that like he didn't break ties until it affected him personally. And I think that's a reasonable criticism for Ethan because obviously a ton of these clips are coming from his podcast. And I wouldn't expect him to drop him day one, but it's clear that it was going in this direction for quite a while.
I know.
Okay, that one is like Shen Yun,
They're like,
Falun
we can
Gong.
get you an organ from a Uyghur. But why is that? Is that really that crazy?
The Associated Press quietly fucking wrote an article that didn't get a lot of coverage in mainstream media about how like, okay, well, all the concentration camps have been closed now. Like all the re-education camps are closed now in fucking Xinjiang, and it's like very different vibes in Xinjiang. And now it's the tourism hour
Let's see what the Associated Press actually had to say about this. These are all AP articles from the last 2 years. UK independent body reports China committed genocide in Xinjiang. China sanctioned a US research firm and 2 individuals over a report about the human rights violations in Xinjiang.
It's the tourism hour.
To China's fury.
The thing is, people are saying that Ethan's not super politically literate. I'm not super politically literate either. But I think if there's one person that you stand a chance against when you're not a super politically literate person arguing politics, is probably Hasan Piker. If you look at the Willie Mack show debate and you think that Willie is even able to hold his own against Hasan, that's extremely concerning. He specifically picks debate people that he can look good against, and they have to literally have no idea what they're talking about to engage with him. Otherwise, he's not going to engage with any sort of I guess, even playing field. Like, he almost debated Too Mad. He debated the what is it? Who is the gay kid whose dad was running for, like, Congress or something? I always forget who this person was. Was his dad's name was, like, Herschel Walker? Oh, it's the Walker kid, right? Oh, fuck. Christian Walker. Yeah, he got, like, trampled by Christian Walker on trans issues. Like, that was brutal to watch. If there's anyone that you could stand a chance against as an average viewer, it's Hasan Piker.
Of Uyghur rights abuses.
Tourism hour.
Uyghur County in China has the highest prison rate in the world. 1 in 25 people is in a Chinese prison.
It's the tourism hour.
48 Uyghurs detained in Thailand for almost 11 years are on hunger strike to protest their imminent deportation to China, where they face imprisonment or execution.
And it's funny that you'll see stuff like this, and you'll see these guys say absolutely nothing about this, and then constantly beat the Palestine drum over and over and over again, because it's not like a politically approved genocide. That's crazy.
Not only does this AP article seem not to exist, reading the AP proved exactly the opposite. Hasan has happily eaten up the Chinese propaganda on this and has regurgitated it to his mainstream audience.
And it's okay, because Hasan's not even going to respond to this video. He's just going to watch Bad Empanada, the Britbong of the left, to explain what happened. Explain why Ethan is bad.
Is he defending China's genocide of their Muslim population? How does this even make sense? It only makes sense if A, he's being paid, or B, he has the political complexities of a 5-year-old. I know America Bad is a meme that people laugh at online, but with Hasan, this does actually seem to be the beginning and the end of his analysis.
2 principles. Let me explain to you. 2 principles that you should keep with you, coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces. So when I look at other countries, I look at the regional actor, whoever the regional power player is, and then I look at who is backed by the Western superpowers. That's a principle that you could take home with you if you want to actually be moral, or if you want to be smart.
My principle is whichever one is with the West, that's the side I don't take. That's my principled issue.
About the way you analyze other countries, that's one basic principle that you can take home with you. All of a sudden, magically, you are above on your foreign policy analysis. You're going to be better off than 90% of people that look at the situation.
After seeing all of this, I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is.
And then this happened.
We have breaking news out of Israel this morning, where Hamas has launched...
Holy shit. Okay, this is an unironically hilarious clip. I'm sorry, that is gonna be fucking meme to oblivion. Dude, there's no way dude, that is a crazy cut. I'm sorry. What the fuck was that, Ethan?
Had any idea who this guy actually
What the fuck was that? Dude, this is gonna be cut, and it's gonna get 1 million likes on fucking Twitter.
And then this happened.
We have breaking news out of Israel this morning, where Hamas has launched a surprise attack.
I'm sorry, this is awful. This is truly awful. Holy shit. Dude, what the fuck? And then smiles, this half. All you need is like cheerful music in the background, and all of a sudden, I can't. This is ridiculous.
Had any idea.
Breaking news out.
Actually is.
And then this happened.
We have breaking news out of Israel this morning, where Hamas has launched a surprise attack.
I'm sorry, that's like an insane cut. Nice watch. Holy shit.
In Israel's borders overnight.
After the shock of October 7th, I noticed a huge increase of anti-Semitic comments from Hasan's stream.
He's just like, I didn't know what to do about Hasan Piker. And then the Fire Nation attacked.
And Discord, including from his head mod. I was disturbed that Hasan was seemingly okay with this.
Can you, do you care that...
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. What was that?
Of October 7th, I noticed a huge increase of anti-Semitic comments from Hasan's stream and Discord, including from his head mod. I was disturbed that Hasan was seemingly okay with this.
Can you, do you care that your chat is calling me racist? Do you make any attempt to modify?
I have not looked at my chat.
Moderate that at all?
I have not looked at my chat at all, but you have
I just opened it, but don't you have moderators? Do you care at all about what your audience says about me?
There's 32,000 people in here right now.
I'm just trying to tell you guys how it feels. And I'm fucking shocked that you don't care that people in your chat are saying, who the fuck is this child? Cold, arrogant, kind as fuck.
I love you, but there's only so much I can do.
Ethan, I love you, but I'm sorry. They see a Jew. They smell a Jew. You don't understand, Ethan. I can't control them. They hear like the sound of a spinning dreidel. I cannot stop them right now.
Your Discord is literally full of...
Ethan, your wife was in the IDF. You deserve this.
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do if you're making that argument. You know that, right? Like
Hasan's chat had been calling me a Zionist, baby-killing genocider. Maybe it is unreasonable that I'm asking him to moderate his chat for a friend. He doesn't even know where I'm coming from because it's not something he would ever ask for.
And all these other content creators actually, whipping their communities when their chat is going fucking absolutely bananas over random dumb shit and bringing my name up for no fucking reason. That you were just allowing that shit to run rampant in your chat. And I thought that was fucked up.
He's pulling the highlight reel of Hasan's whiny bitch moments because he has absolutely no room to talk about any of this.
I love you, but there's only so much I can do.
Especially as someone who thought we were fucking friends. I think that's a reasonable expectation from someone who you consider to be a friend.
The problem wasn't that he was pro-Palestinian, because I share a lot of those views, and I've been a stalwart supporter.
Yeah, and we've been covering this for like a fucking 2 months now. Ethan's problem is he will not concede Israel's right to exist. He believes that Israel has a right to exist. He's disavowed Netanyahu. He's taken every other fucking position you could possibly associate with what these people are saying, and that's just not enough for them. They need him to condemn Israel. He refuses to do so. Therefore, he's been cast out. People who used to watch him and make defense videos for him when he would say crazy things or stupid shit over the last 5 years, well, they're going back through and relitigating every drama he's ever been in because he committed the crime of criticizing Hasan Piker. He's lost allies, he's lost community people, he's lost viewers, he's lost chatters, all because the Jewish guy whose wife had mandatory military service in the IDF thinks that Israel has a right to exist.
Of the Palestinian cause for many years. Problem with Hasan,
basically getting blackballed, but he's too big to literally he's too big for it, but they're trying to blackball him as best they can.
Hasan's coverage, and a lot of people like him, was their complete lack of empathy for the Jewish people who were frankly slaughtered by Hamas. He refused to show even a crumb of empathy for the Jewish.
Well, he didn't show it because he didn't have any.
What is Bunty King to you? A person? Who is Bunty
Because
King?
that's not something that he was actually interested in.
Victims.
But listen to what this guy has to say.
And as you might have seen, there was some sort of rave or desert party where they were having a great time until the resistance came in electrified hang gliders and took at least several dozen hipsters.
What is Bunty King to you? A person? Who is Bunty King?
But I'm sure they're doing very fine despite what the New York Post says. But nobody had seen this coming.
I mean, that's insane, right?
Jesus Christ.
I don't even... Yeah, okay. Like...
Yeah, okay.
I'm just criticizing
that
people.
sounds like me and Augie when we're arguing on stream and he's got me and I don't know where to go from there.
Nicholas DeOrio?
But like it's about like something significantly more like important.
Well, you don't have to
Hey,
comment
the
if you're
goal.
not comfortable about it.
I honestly felt at times that he and his audience barely thought
You've
of
earned
Israelis
another goal.
as humans.
But this dude just called babies militants.
No, I understand. And there are baby settlers as well. But there are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements.
Part of running defense for Hamas is downplaying the violence, specifically the sexual violence.
You admit you've lost arguments to Augie? No, never. Never ever.
Which he's done a lot of.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October.
Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck? That's an insane cut.
The sexual violence, which he's done a lot of.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people can't contend with. Like, the Palestinian resistance is not perfect. They're not like...
Guys, they're not perfect. I don't even understand how this guy is like... Thank God Twitch likes him. That's all I'll say. Thank God Twitch likes him.
Magical bullets. The Palestinian resistance is not perfect. They're not like so good. They have magical bullets. Is not perfect.
Jesus fuck.
Perfect.
Of course.
This is edited well. So far, I'm liking the editing.
If you compare the raw numbers, Gazans have lost a lot more than Israelis. 40,000 people have died, and neighborhoods have been completely flattened during this war. And while we should keep their plight at the top of our minds at all time, it also doesn't mean that we should disregard the lives of the Jewish people who are also affected by this, even if their suffering on the whole is not as great. Some of you may know that I'm an Israeli dual citizen. My wife is Israeli, my kids are half Israeli, and my entire in-law is Israeli.
Sorry, Ethan. Disavow your entire family. Disavow everything they stand for. Nuke them from orbit, literally, apparently. Because you need to stay with the in-group. Otherwise, they're going to relitigate your entire career and start going after you for things they've defended you on for years.
I lived there for 5 years. And I grew a closeness with the country and its people. One of the biggest issues between me, Hasan, and his community was that I am in favor of a two-state solution while they are in favor of a one-state solution. Their theory is that after the October 7th attack, Israel should just dissolve its borders and let Hamas enter Israel unrestrained.
What do you think Israel should have done in response to October 7th?
Instead of indiscriminately bombing Gaza, I think the first thing to do in that situation would be to dismantle the government in the way that it...
Guys, listen, it makes tons of sense, all right? Instead of bombing them, you should just let them come in and kill you. That's the good strategy.
Existed. Like, get Netanyahu out of power.
Okay. So you're saying Israel in response... Hold on, dude. You're saying in response to this terrorist attack, Israel should have dismantled their own government.
First set of actions would be to democratically take Netanyahu out of power. Yes.
The problem is that Israel's been at war with its neighbors for 70 plus years, and it makes a lot of sense that there be some distrust there. Is it really insane to think that Jews, as an ethnic minority in Israel, would not be safe? After all, Israel is a country of refugees. If the Jews didn't come from Europe after the Holocaust, they came from the surrounding Arab countries that expelled them in massive amounts following the 1948 war. And
you don't get it, Nick. After 9/11, the government should have just dissolved.
fact, there was more Jews.
Honestly, if the government dissolved, then we wouldn't have to deal with the TSA. So we might have, maybe a bunch more people would have died, but that would have been the one good thing.
Than Palestinians during the Nakba. 1 million Jews. After the Holocaust, they came from the surrounding Arab countries that expelled them in massive amounts.
In what?
Following the
what did he just say?
Arab countries that expelled them in massive amounts.
And you know.
Okay.
Following the 1948 war.
That was probably not a good time to do that. That was insensitive. I apologize. I'm sorry.
In fact, there was more Jews displaced than Palestinians during the Nakba. 1 million Jews.
Maybe a low taper fade right there was not... I don't know. That was a little much. I'm sorry.
All of these surrounding Arab countries had vibrant Jewish communities.
The Bo Black is a misclick.
In huge number, hundreds of thousands. Now, if you look at them, you're looking at close to, if not literally 0 Jews left in these countries.
Just to give you an idea, here's a visual representation of the Jewish refugees after 1948. Morocco had 265,000 Jews. Now it has 2,000. Algeria had 140,000. Now it has about 50. Iraq had 150,000 Jews. Now 10. And I want to give a special shout out to my boy over in Afghanistan, one known Jew. We know
one known Jew. They've got him documented. It's the singular. He's been carded.
him. We love him.
Fuck.
He's the one Afghan Jew.
They were forced to leave their
Dude, he's officially known as one of the good ones.
homes, their lives, their property, and migrate to the only place in the world that would accept them, which was Israel. The irony of
Dude, wait, yeah, Hasan literally got one guy in Afghanistan.
this whole situation is that after the 1948 war, when Israel won the war to declare its independence, the Arab countries got super anti-Semitic against their own Jewish citizenry that had nothing to do with Israel. And as a result, they kicked them all out, 1 million plus of them, and forced them to go the one place they hated the most.
Someone just said, what do you think about this, Nick? Tommy doesn't like it. Well, I mean, I can't imagine why Tommy would. We're 16 minutes in and it's all about politics so far. So I imagine he probably doesn't agree with a single thing that's come out of the video. So I'm not really expecting super glorious, like, I'm not expecting him to love this one.
Israel. And now those same people that forced them out of their homes are telling
We need to get to the funny clips, guys. Send Tommy the timestamp when the funny clips start, okay?
them they don't belong there. So if the Jews of Israel are surrounded by Islamic militant terrorist groups that have stated their goal is to annihilate Israel as a Jewish state, and considering the historical context of Jews being pogromed from Arab countries, is it really that crazy for them to not feel safe as an ethnic minority, even a little bit?
And that's pretty much the entirety of our disagreement. Despite what you've read on TikTok and Twitter, I've donated $6,500 to a Palestinian charity after the war started.
Hey, Ethan Klein, thank you for the dono. Ethan Klein gave $6,500. My goat.
Not good enough. Disavow Israel. Your money can't save you, Ethan.
Thank you, Ethan.
Condemned Netanyahu as a war criminal.
Thank you, Ethan should be a donation sound for his fucking streams.
They're led by Netanyahu, who should resign in disgrace and go to prison for being a war criminal.
Called the West Bank settlements an abomination.
Yeah, this is exactly what we were talking about.
Settlers in the West Bank are religious zealots. They're monsters. They're genocidal.
I've even said the West Bank settlers are valid military targets.
When you talk about like colonial settlers and stuff, like that's what's actually happening in the West Bank right now. And these people are more or less valid military targets, in my opinion.
Like, when you see Zionist type people, none of them agree with any of these Ethan talking points. Ethan is branded a Zionist because that's the nice way to bash Jews on Twitch. That's the only reason that's happening.
Only crime is wanting a two-state solution instead of one, and thinking it's not okay to kill Israeli civilians. That's it. That's why they're calling me a Nazi Zionist. And because of Hasan and others spreading this malicious lie about my beliefs, I'm even getting harassed on the street.
So how come you don't like Palestine?
I like Palestine.
No, you don't.
Why do you say that?
Because, bro, you're... wasn't she in the IDF?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Mandatory service.
That's sad.
There.
That's terrorism, bro.
She was born there.
That's sad. I feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as
That is insane.
fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist,
Bro,
man.
look in the fucking...
You look like a fucking rapist, Ethan. Feel bad
That's
for you
insane.
guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist, bro. I'm tired of all these coward Americans.
What the fuck? Wait, whoa! Whoa!
In the South, trying to act like they're so tough. Oh, I'm American. Oh, you don't even run your
This was a fucking influencer? Holy sh! I did not know this was a fucking influencer.
You don't run your own country, bro. You don't run your own country. A foreign country named Israel runs your country. Oh my God, bro. I love you, Hasan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
Wait!
I'm so sweaty.
I love
Oh my god, what the fuck, dude? Wait, this is just like the time. Do you guys remember, this is a totally random reference. You remember the person who made like a sex tape to my YouTube channel one time? Bunk and Clancy or whatever. This is like the same time. I think the Clancy hug video looked like this.
You, bro. I have
like a Hasan Piker fan shot a sex tape and uploaded it to OnlyFans.
interview. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro. You're the coolest guy in the world, bro.
Hasan fans be wild, bro.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay, 3.
Yeah, they're like having really weird sex, and in the background you can just hear me talk about Nerd City.
2, 1.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay.
It's a funny thing about me. I don't like terrorism, and I don't like terrorists.
True.
If they're Jews, Christians, Muslims, they're all bad. What is terrorism? It's intentionally targeting civilian population for political goals. I don't like it. None of it. And over time...
This is super brave. This is almost as cool as the time that people said they think that pedophiles are bad.
I started to...
I'm being a dick here, but like unironically, this is like a nuclear take, I guess, for Hasan's audience.
Learned that my co-host, he really likes terrorists.
They do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious? Very musical.
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
Taking over these ships, they started. Like
I don't know this for a matter of fact, so don't quote me directly, but I still think the people on the ship that got hijacked are missing. If they've been found by now, they were missing for quite a while. Okay.
They started targeting the ships.
People on this helicopter right now?
Yes.
They're streaming this?
Yeah. Yeah. They're flexing.
What? And they're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrent. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do we like them or no?
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say. But they are a terrorist organization. Like, they're designated.
I don't have an issue with them, but they are a terrorist organization. Like, this is a quote from the biggest political streamer on Twitch.tv. YouTube stays winning.
They are designated by the American state.
He's just there for the music, yeah.
A terrorist organization.
Unironically, he is that. He shares such little intelligence.
I do not like them.
So maybe.
Well,
he is regarded as a pretty brilliant a person in terms of like everything that he's done.
Then I saw clips like this where Hasan is explaining how he's...
The passengers aren't missing, they're just enjoying the music. Yeah, you're probably right.
Hiding his
Don't
power
question
level to funnel in normies into radicalization.
I think that in the short term, in order to combat against that, you have to advocate for a much lighter form
what is Bunty King to you,
of propaganda. You want America in the way that I feel about it.
Everything in politics to see that Hasan constantly delivers massively terrible takes with underserved confidence and smugness.
And you know what else is massive?
Okay. Also, Chad is Bay. Nick is based. Getting my money bag, Wart.
Based, thank you.
What is Bunty King to you? A person?
If you want America to get out of the way for places with more revolutionary potential to do what they would normally do, I think that, you know, one thing you have to do is advocate for a lighter form while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond, you know, social democratic idea.
I just wanted to put emphasis on the exact point of the so-called radicalization funnel where, for example, Hasan and JT catch them while they're young, as they say, and then they start looking into...
They admit it's propaganda. Well, they're accepting of propaganda because it helps move towards their central narrative. Yeah, 100%.
This new idea, etc., and then move forwards through the funnel, get more and more informed.
They sound like commies. They literally are. At least Hasan literally is one. Except he lives an ultra-capitalistic lifestyle with an expensive car, an expensive house, somehow manages to miss the fires.
More radicalized. You do your part.
He lives at like the peak capitalistic lifestyle while then pushing his audience towards like a communist ideology.
In the funnel for the cause or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're doing, in my modest opinion, a great thing for the cause.
Now listen to Hasan during our very first conversation lie to me about how he's a social democrat to hide his power level.
We should move towards a Sweden-style economy or a Norway-style economy, which would be a social democracy. You have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda. With
a much lighter form of propaganda. Like, this guy can't even dog whistle well. He says it out loud.
social safety nets,
Cold radicalization funnel, catch them while they're young, as they say.
and protections for workers like higher unionization rates.
A lighter form, while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond social democratic ideas.
Hell, he's proclaimed it loudly that he is a self-described propagandist.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no,
for the record.
I'm not calling
I'm a
you that.
propagandist.
I'm just saying. I'm going to play you.
I'm saying I am.
Okay, well then I want to
I'm saying I am.
I just
before
want to
you even play it.
A propagandist is much more than someone with a bias. It's someone who knowingly lies to further their political agenda.
And then I had a terrifying vision.
Again,
had I been duped?
I hate to be this fucking guy and self-insert the situation, but I'm gonna self-insert, and I don't actually hate to be this guy. Hasan Piker literally responds to all criticism with the "isn't this the guy that" quote, where he then goes and reads somebody's name and then completely fucking slanders them to their entire audience. And it happened to me personally about 6 times. You can pull up about 6 times where I got "isn't this the guy that?" It's
Willie and
literally
Wagner arguing
propaganda.
on Twitter right now. Willie linked an article that says the crew was released 8 days ago, and he thinks that invalidates the missing people argument. Even though they were missing for 2 years.
Wait, they just got found 8 days ago, and that would invalidate the missing people argument? Because the last 17 times I've covered this happening on my channel, they were missing. But unfortunately, Ethan didn't do the research to find out that they were just found 8 days ago. Well, at least we know now. We can include that in our VOD. Holy fuck.
Hasan presenting a Trojan horse to my community, where he was...
Guys, they're not missing. They found them after 2 years.
Just a left-leaning Democrat like myself, and as he said in the previous video, was funneling them into radicalization and turning them against me.
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet.
Dude, why are there so many clips of this guy self-reporting? Holy fuck.
Dude.
I learned how much he hates liberals.
Dude, I hate liberals, dude. I hate them. I hate them so viciously.
Did he secretly despise me this whole time?
I'm sorry, dude. I hate liberals so much.
Did this man sit next to me for 2 years and pretend to be my friend?
Dude, liberals are a burden on this planet, dude.
Damn, it's incredible they're alive. They must have danced so much to the music. Yeah, probably.
Liberals are the most...
They must have had the time of their lives.
Like, scummy, vile...
North Korea didn't kill that guy. He died after he was released, so it's not North Korea's fault. Exactly.
Fucking idiots. Liberals are incredibly stupid. I hate these petulant liberals. Dumb fucking liberals.
What else is someone this sociopathic capable of?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
Was I being manipulated this whole time?
That was my fear anyway. Regardless of his true beliefs, that broke my trust in him, and I pretty much ended the show immediately. And I felt guilty for my participation in mainstreaming
Oh, okay. There we go. A little bit of accountability.
Hasan. And for that...
You know whose problem this is, though? Once again, I just want to point to the fact that out of Xander Hall, Vosh, Hasan Piker, and Destiny, Xander Hall is the least bad one. Yeah, that's true. You have to kind of eat shit on that one. Xander Hall is the least bad of the big four of the clone army. Okay? Destiny showed up, created Hasan Piker, lost control of him, created Vosh, lost control of him. Vosh only went down because Ethan Klein started pushing, all right? And then Destiny blew himself up. He's been a net negative on the political landscape. He brought in all of the worst political people possible, lost control of them, and then blew himself up before he could handle the little mess that he created. His, what do they call them? Illegitimate children? Will outlive him, unfortunately.
I apologize. I should have done more research, and I should have looked more deeply into who I was...
He should have just took them with him.
Getting in bed with.
Well, who knows? Maybe he will. I heard he's got a list of 20 people that he's going to be exposing. Maybe he just might.
Before they gave me chlamydia. Sorry, Hila. Over the past year since the show ended, I continue to watch Hasan platform, promote, and propagandize terrorist organizations. And every time it happened on Twitch, I would say, man, this time surely he went too far and someone's got to do something. But as the time went on, nothing happened and his views got more and more radical and more disturbing.
And his views didn't get more and more radical and more disturbing. He was more comfortable expressing more radical views. There's a very specific difference there, yeah.
It's my obligation, after mainstreaming someone like Hasan, to take this on. And so it was war. Nuclear war.
I stand before you following the footsteps of intellectual giants.
Now, I already feel like watching this video, if you've been covering all of this stuff, you're probably not going to learn anything new. I don't know for a matter of fact. I'm 25 minutes in, but I'm not expecting any actual bombs to drop for me as I've been like covering this for like months. But I think as like the average viewer who might watch this, who maybe potentially has kind of been illiterate to a lot of the drama that's been going on, maybe those people have their eyes open in this video. Hopefully it's good, but
I think we've been hearing for weeks. But a simple man.
Now,
a simple man who understands right from wrong.
Yeah. You're an important, influential voice to a lot of people.
I'm an idiot. I'm dumb. Bimbo. I don't know what I'm talking about.
And there are some things
I've gotten numb to criticism like this. It's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out now because I make content out of it. I think it's funny and fun.
And there are baby settlers as well.
Jesus Christ, dude. This is actually fire. Alright, so I'm expecting the video to be starting now. Who's going to be the Joe Rogan of the left now? Probably Xanderhall. He's just got to get a little bit bigger, guys. A little bigger.
It doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen.
Didn't matter if fucking rapes happen. Content, dude. Alright, was that Comic Sans?
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen.
Is that... I don't know if that is. What fucking font is that? That's some default ass, like... I don't know what... Yeah. We need some better font, Ethan. It's Arial? Is that Arial Black? It's not Helvetica. Helvetica's got the little stems. It's MS Serif. Get some better font. Maybe, like, even use Impact. That would make more sense with Content Nuke.
Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this.
There's no way.
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio?
Dude, the fucking nuke sound. Thank you to ExpressVPN, dude. Dude, if you want to watch all this content, you can just watch it, dude. There you go.
Program. Meanwhile, at Twitch HQ, the marketing team is strategizing on a new advertising vertical.
My friends at Twitch headquarters, the executives, the influencers, Hasan, nice to see you, Frogan, front row. I am here to present to you an extraordinarily exciting opportunity. We have not tapped this market yet. Now, don't panic, okay? Because you're going to want to panic when I tell you, but listen and learn.
I don't like the advertiser stuff. I think that's pretty obvious from all the coverage and everything that we've talked about so far. With that being said, it is truly absurd that we had to, I guess, bully Twitch into, like, using their own TOS to actually, like, discipline content creators who are being, like, clearly fucking racist on their fucking streams. Clearly breaking the TOS. But there is something wrong over at Twitch. You go look at the way that they've handled sexualized content. Remember when Twitch decided that instead of just banning sexual content outright, or, you know, using the things that were already in their TOS that would have banned the stuff that people were talking about, they went and did a porn purge, and for 24 hours you could post any pornography that you wanted as long as you were making the argument that it was for artistic purposes? You guys remember when they did that shit? For some reason, Twitch is run like a fucking fraternity, and I don't really understand why. They're with Amazon. This seems like a horrible look, but somebody up there likes Hasan Piker, and they like Hasan Piker enough that everybody...
Who's about as conservative as Augie started talking to me unprompted about how based Ethan is lately.
Yeah.
It's not just us LMAO.
Yep. So basically, somebody over at Twitch really likes Hasan, so you can do literally anything you want, and you won't get banned as if you're in his, like, group. If you're like Frogan, if you're like Denims, if you're hanging out with Hasan Piker, if you're Mike from PA. So the stuff that Mike from PA has said over the past few months where he doesn't get a ban at all ever is crazy. Frogan was still, even though they bullied to get her banned for a month, right? Even though they bullied to get Frogan banned for a month, she was never actually banned or even, like, given a temp one day for the comment that she made about, what's it called? Service members. For, like, all service members should get like PTSD or whatever. She was never even like, that was never enforced on her either. It's just like they're asking for it. You want to look at fucking Ethan Klein, you want to look at all these people, you want to look at Dan Saltman or whatever, sure, point the finger at them. But if Twitch is not going to use their own terms of service and discipline their own content creators, it was going to happen inevitably. They run their ship and they run it into the ground. They're sinking their own ship by not actually using the TOS on the streamers that they like.
Billions of dollars, eager to spend it. And what, people are too cowardly to reach out and take the money? Not us. Terrorism. Terrorism. Twitch is...
Wait, oh, I love what he's doing with the music there, where as soon as he said terrorism, it just got a little fucked.
Not us. Terrorism. Terrorism. Twitch is perfect. You could broadcast it straight into the veins of 18 to 35-year-old men. So here's what
I don't think Hasan was ever even given a one day for fucking sitting there playing terrorist propaganda on his live stream. You want to go after Dan, and you can, sure, whatever. But like, that's crazy, dude.
I'm suggesting Hasan Piker. Yeah, we'll get drinks after the show. No, you. He's such a great guy. No, you. Give it up for Hasan Piker, everybody. Happy birthday, buddy.
Again, this is the biggest fucking politics streamer on the site. Instead of reining in Hasan Piker, they killed advertising for political streamers on Twitch and told everybody else to kick rocks. You know who got hit, I think, harder than Hasan Piker did is probably people like, who's like the politics guy that stayed after Destiny left? I totally forgot. He was at like the, I think he went to the event for the Loner Box. Yeah, I guess Loner Box is one of them. I'm thinking of the other guy, not Pac-Man. I'm drawing a complete IRI. Yeah, IRI took a bigger hit there than anybody else. It's crazy.
This dude can package anti.
Like just because a couple people on the platform wanted to be fucking racist and crazy, the rest of them have to suffer for it.
Anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism like nobody else. In fact, you guys got him on the front page. And he's doing terrorism for free. Basically, gentlemen and gentle ladies, Frogan, you look good today, girl.
Babe?
Girl, you look good. Great job on that Arab tier list. That was good. How much we get for that? Yo, you got 10 million from Qatar for that? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Twitch. Here's the thing, with help from people like Hasan, terrorism is like in the eyes of the beholder, right? They're not terrorists, they're, go ahead, he knows. Freedom fighters, guys. We are fighting for freedom. What about the rapes and the murders? Don't mention that. What's wrong with you?
Oh, come on, that was, Ethan, you're supposed to say, what rapes, am I right? While you're counting money? With you gotta have like a bunch of dollar bills, put a bunch of shekels in your hand and just start going like, yeah, what rapes, fuck them.
Another one. The resistance isn't perfect. Right? You gotta crack some eggs, man. Hasan, you know Socialism didn't buy you that car.
If I knew that this is what communism would be in 2024, I wouldn't have bothered with this shit. Really.
You know what? I think he's going to do it at some point, so I'm not going to fucking hedge my entire bet here. But I'm really glad that he did this whole section where he's pointing out how absurd it is that Twitch isn't banning these people and how crazy it is that they're just letting it go on without saying Coca-Cola, without saying Samsung, without like just listing off a bunch of, I don't know if any of them are actually like big partners or whatever. But like, I'm kind of glad he didn't just go through the list and just start naming off a bunch of companies. This was significantly stronger by him not doing that.
Go ahead.
Oh, Nick, just wait. Okay, well, I guess it's coming.
He knows. Freedom fighters, guys. We are
fighting
for freedom.
Well, I wish he just did it like this because this was good.
What about the rapes and the murders? Don't mention that. What's wrong with you? And another one. The resistance isn't perfect. Right?
At the end, he rolls by at the end. He almost makes it. He almost goes an hour and 40 minutes without listing every sponsor that Twitch has, but unfortunately, he didn't make it. Well, spoiler alert.
Crack some eggs, man. Hasan, you know Socialism didn't buy you that car.
If I knew that this is what communism would be in 2024, I wouldn't have bothered with this shit. Really. Of course, is the symbol of the capitalist excess. What the fuck is he thinking? You guys actually believe this idiot is a socialist? Forget religion. Hasan is the opiate of the masses. Straight to the gulag for anyone subbed to this idiot.
Or that designer dog?
This breed's stunning fluffy coat comes with a price.
Designer dog. Wait, I didn't know about the designer dog allegations.
Oh, fuck no. Very cute, by the way. But those are expensive. The point is, we have the biggest political streamer on our platform that is influencing media and influencing young kids everywhere. If we can normalize terrorism, if we can...
He's right. He's fucking right. Twitch is corrupt from the top down. They're gonna keep making fucking excuses to keep this guy around and not at all fucking throw the fucking book at him ever when they're the ones who wrote the book. All right, he's 100% right.
Rebrand it. Then fuck the U.S. Navy. You know how much those guys don't pay shit. You see the Army ads on Twitch?
He spent $10K on the dog, bro. You could have got a pinball machine for that money. What the fuck?
The Army is fucking broke, dude. I'll tell you who loves America more than the Army. Qatar. Well, I don't know if love's the right word, but they're paying more. Good CPMs coming out of Qatar. But you kids love anime, right? Can't get enough of it. I mean, look at what we've already done.
Yeah, he should have put the money on Black.
Hasan. Yeah. You're the fucking man, dude. Happy birthday again, man. No, we got a big...
This reminds me of like an old Angry Joe skit.
Party for you after. No.
Like the beginning of a video game review just starts with this.
Don't do it. Let's wait, because we got a big party and a cake and everything for you after in the back. Prostitutes, too. Don't tell anyone. That's part of the past. Look what we've done already. This Houthi pirate. I mean, who are you kidding? This guy's a fucking terrorist. He literally tweeting out he wants to kill Jews and put their heads on pikes. And
listen, I understand that you're going to make the argument that he wants to put his head on a pike, okay? And I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, all right? But it's kind of crazy that you're going after someone named Hasan Piker for not disavowing someone who wants to put Jews on pikes, all right? It's literally in the name, Ethan. Calm down.
Somehow, not somehow, because of his genius, we have rebranded the Houthi...
Like, you're asking Hasan Piker to not make comments about how the guy is fucking... I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen.
Fucking pirates, the Houthi terrorist...
He's a piker, yeah, he's literally a piker.
This organization.
The Houthi terrorist is a honorary piker.
Yeah, the Islamic fundamentalists. Death to America, curse upon the Jews. That's right. That's the job.
Chat, we don't think that, by the way. Just for future references to the reviewer, I'm actually super not in that camp. Listen, dude, I love Israel and the Jewish people. Let's calm down.
Holly Roger of this man here, none other than Monkey D. Luffy. So let's get out there, guys. And let's make 2025 our biggest year, guys. Come on, guys. The resistance isn't perfect. The resistance isn't perfect. Yeah, let's get him. If you want to know where on the political spectrum Hasan sits, take a look at a recent media analysis by Ad Fonte, which rated Hasan as the most extreme left-wing, untrustworthy media source on the internet.
Yeah, because his mask
to give you an idea, he is opposite of InfoWars. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Hasan loves all terrorists, but what I will say is that
wait, dude, you went from guys. Can Hasan Piker become the Joe Rogan of the left? By the way, is the Joe Rogan of the left like the Medicare curse, where it's like flamenco? Now that guy could be the next Mr. Medicare, and then like, oh shit, all right, okay. Well, Michael Alberto, that guy is the new medic. Oh yeah, okay. All right. Well, is the Joe Rogan? Hasan Piker, Joe Rogan of the. Oh yeah, no, okay, not him. Oh, Destiny is the Joe Rogan of the... Nope. That's probably not going to happen either. Yeah.
He don't like. Let's start with our good friend Luffy here and his organization, the Houthis.
And yes, this is what it looks like. They are hiling Hitler.
The Houthis are an Islamic...
No, dude, they're just doing the Elon Musk Roman salute.
Houthis.
And yes, this is what it looks like. They are hiling Hitler.
The Houthis are an Islamic military group. They're known for their cruel measures, forcibly recruiting child soldiers, shelling civilian areas, and blocking...
Guys, stop saying that Elon Musk wasn't doing a salute, okay? As someone who drives a red Tesla, okay, we can't be having this happen, so stop. Shut the fuck up.
Food from entering already famine-ruined parts of Yemen. They've also set up landmines in agricultural spots, making the fields virtually worthless. Women...
Oh my god, Nick, don't you understand that Hasan would give up his lavish lifestyle and possessions the second there was a regime change in the US? He's so based and cool and I love him. Yeah, I mean, at that point, yeah, probably would.
Men have virtually no rights, and homosexuality, of course, is punishable by death. That lines up with leftist values. Now, just how little rights...
Stop calling it the swastika car. Fuck you. I didn't know he was going to do that.
Do women in the Houthis Yemen have? Well, according to this, there's been 1,181 violations committed by Houthi rebels against women, including torture, rape, and murder. So, not great. The Houthis have a very wholesome flag, as you can see here. It says,
oh my god, I can't even read those things out. And he's going to read them to me. Yeah, dude, this guy's a total great dude. Honestly, totally great dude. He's basically like the anime character, Luffy.
Translated, Allah Akbar, death to America, death to Israel, and a curse upon the Jews. And that's all of them, not just the ones in Israel.
Reporting from the front lines in the denim stream, sister is at 1 HP. I sadly just got to it, so I don't have the recording of the stream. I think someone will.
And of course, victory to Islam. I get amused when these terrorists are like, we hate Jews. We want to kill Jews. And then people like Hasan are like, you're fucking racist for saying that they just want to kill Jews and that they're terrorists, man.
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim.
You're not thinking deep enough about this topic.
My criticisms of the Houthis slogan do not factor in to what they are doing. Of course, it is anti-Semitic, but contextualizing it matters. Yeah, it's really interesting because like that is such Western-focused propaganda. Like for a Palestinian to arrive at anti-Semitic opinions, okay, they don't need to read Mein Kampf.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, this is actually, there's some funny shit in this video. Well, I didn't laugh once, I don't think, at the Ethan Klein one. I think Willie said that on Twitter. Well, somebody said that on Twitter, but it's true.
Oh, I almost forgot the most fun one. They brought back slavery.
I need a soundbite of him saying slavery while kids are cheering in the background as well, chat. We got to get these soundbites.
Oh, I almost forgot the most fun one. They brought back slavery.
We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do.
That lines up with leftist values. All right, so these guys are clearly the bad guys. So my question is, how does Hasan cover such a genocidal, violent, misogynistic, homophobic, terroristic organization?
The answer is aggressively, and he bans all the chatters.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
Oh, no!
These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way. Just so you know, these fucking musically gifted individuals.
The musically gifted individuals are being killed, chat. No!
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, I need the money, guys.
I'm gonna grab my
food. Make it a major world war. My heart longs for Mauser rifles.
I'm so confused. What is this?
Listen, all right. All we got to do is send an ice spice into the Middle East. All right, that's all, guys. We are just one Frogan conversation away from fixing all of this. If we just deploy Frogan into the Middle East, she'll get us out of it. All right. 1-state solution, 2-state solution. If they have to talk to Frogan for more than 25 minutes, they'll reach an agreement. 100%. I think that Frogan should be representing the United States interests over in the conflict. Deploy Frogan! Send her in! And for anyone saying that that's fucked up to say that you should deploy Denims or Frogan into the Middle East, excuse me, dude, they're musical people, okay? I'm sure if you send Frogan and Denims into the Middle East, the musical people will reach some sort of conclusion with them, and we can end this war.
Did he leave me alone in a room with, like, a propaganda video playing?
Tactical Frogan inbound.
That's right, my friend. Hasan just played straight up terrorist propaganda without even being there to analyze it. Surely this must be against terms of service. Twitch does not allow content that depicts, glorifies, encourages, or supports terrorism or violent extremist actors. For example, displaying or linking terrorist
And there has been no ban to this day for any of this. They didn't even tap him on the wrist. This is okay if you're on Hasan Piker's live stream. There's a different set of rules for Hasan and his friends than everybody else on the site, and the only people who are getting hurt by this are those other people on the site who are not sitting there watching terrorist propaganda on their stream, but still want to stream politics. It's disgusting.
It's propaganda, even for the purpose of denouncing such content. Denounce?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Twitch is going to exist in 5 years, and I think that'll be like a solid service to the rest of the internet if it goes.
Okay, but what's the rule for endorsing?
It shouldn't exist without a major regime change in the company.
Is that okay? The answer is yes, as Hasan was never punished for this blatant violation of Twitch community guidelines. Got it. So denouncing terrorism is bad. Don't do that.
It's not about Nick Swastikar or the Houthis. It's about the Mets, baby. The Mets
is good. Okay, got it, Twitch.
What is going on? Can you explain this?
Dude, what? Dude, he's fucking stunned.
This is a 3-minute video of... What do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like...
Dude, his face is like when I showed Mudahar the mouthy Buddha video. Like I showed a bunch of people. There was like an arc where I would just go find people and show them like the most racist video I've ever seen. I think it's like JQ Part 2. It's so bad. It like elicits a reaction of laughter because it's so absurd, right? That's literally what I did to Mudahar, but this guy did this live on stream.
Like, bad example, Chris Brown dancing, you know?
No. They do like, they do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you, look?
I did show it to Dylan. Actually, wait, I did one time on stream, and I had Dylan there to fact check it live. That's what I did. I had a politics guy on my stream, and I'm like, all right, tell them where he's wrong. Go. And if you're wrong about this, we're going to get banned. I streamed that live on Twitch. We watched the JQ. And I made him fact check it on Twitch.
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their fucking.
That's crazy.
Like their actions all the time.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I've got this. Instead of terrorist propaganda, let's call it musicals.
They do musicals.
Instead of violent jihadists, let's call them musically talented people.
They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Guys, let's just use our brains. Fiddler on the Roof, Wicked, Alexander Hamilton.
I'm sorry. This is probably the best part of the video so far. This is great. This is great for the normies are going to pick this up, I think.
Man, there's no...
Or they're going to stomp their fucking hands, stomp their feet and cry about it. But I mean, like, yeah, this is putting it into reasonable terms.
The reason we can't put these Houthis on Broadway.
Well, they go, listen, you want to fucking bring a ship through here? We're going to take it. So that's exactly what the Houthis start doing. They start fucking sending in helicopters onto fucking ships. Bro, they fucking, look at this. They got the Palestinian flag that they painted under the helicopter.
Dude, and it's not even like, when this clip is played, they talk about it like it's 2 instances, but it's the same guy. They just watched the video of the Houthi terrorists dancing, right? With guns and whatever. And now they're going to watch this fucking clip. This is insane.
Helicopter with the Yemen flag.
Look, dude, you don't like the music, all right? Now we're going to show them hijacking a ship.
They fucking overtake. They start overtaking the ships. And they're like, guess what, dog? No more trade to Israel. If you are sending ships into Israel, if you are owned by an Israeli subsidiary, if you're owned by an Israeli corporation, we're going to take over your ship. You cannot fucking use this trade route anymore. Guess what, bitch? It's our fucking territorial boundary, and we're gonna...
I'm sorry, like, why am I getting banned for saying a slur on that site? I'm actually super confused. Why would I ever... Why are we banning anybody for anything on the site if this is allowed? Like, seriously?
Force this until you stop
doing genocide in
I
Gaza.
have to look over my shoulder because I just told an edgy joke, and this guy can rationalize fucking terrorism.
So let's review his claims. His first claim is that the boat is headed for Israel. It's not. It's going from Turkey to India. Next claim is that it's owned by an Israeli company. It's not. It's being chartered by a Japanese company, and the boat's owners are registered in the Isle of Man. I'd like to remind everybody that the crew that's kidnapped in this video has been missing for over a year now with zero updates on their health.
Wait, they did JT Miller? No! No! It should have been EP40! To be clear, though, I mean, Heedle's, like, taking a lot of head damage. Did that just happen? No! 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 I gotta buy a Miller jersey. Fuck.
Whereabouts or anything.
Sorry, hockey, my bad.
Lines up with leftists.
I'm going back, I'm going back.
The crew that's kidnapped in this video has been
Thank you, all
missing
duffed
for
up.
over a year now with zero updates on their health, whereabouts, or anything.
That lines up with leftist values.
So Lord Miles should meet the one Afghan Jew. I think we should deploy Lord Miles into, like, the conflict. Okay? Clearly, he's got a way with words.
Hasan's third claim is that this attack happened in their territorial waters, which is also a lie. It happened in international waters. Hasan is lying for the Houthis like he's being paid. And honestly, at this point, is he?
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
I'm not calling
I'm a
it that.
propagandist.
This is like a hostile. They're streaming this?
Yeah. They're flexing.
What? And they're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrence. Israeli society is going to start getting upset. They're going to be like, I can't get my treats. I can't get my Amazon Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
I find it disturbing that Hasan thinks that a slowdown of imports is going to cause Jews to flee Israel. 80% of Israelis were born there.
Someone just, I hear that Pedersen is going with Miller to make sure he gets on the plane. All right, this is the last hockey thing I'm going to say tonight. But the funniest fucking tweet about this whole thing is that the Miller guy hates Elias Pedersen. They're both on the same team. And there's like the reason why they're blowing up the fucking one of the two best players on the team is because they obviously fucking hate each other. And the other week, they brought on a rookie player, and his name was also Elias Pedersen. So somebody tweeted out a meme of JT Miller being like, what the fuck? There's two of them. And I lost it. I literally, could you imagine? Like, you just hate this guy so much, and then another guy shows up with the exact same name, and he's multiplied on the roster. All right, sorry.
Do not have citizenship.
Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
I find it disturbing that Hasan thinks that a slowdown of imports is going to cause Jews to flee Israel. 80% of Israelis were born there and do not have citizenship anywhere else. So where do you want them to go, Hasan? Back to Poland or back to the Arab countries they were forced out of?
Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
By telling the Jews of Israel to go back where they came from, Hasan attempts to deny Jewish heritage in the Middle East. It characterizes them not as indigenous, but as white colonizers. This is despite the fact that 60% of Jews in Israel are actually native to the Middle East.
This is wild.
So these guys did all of this, right? They did all of this.
Is that their helicopter?
Yeah.
That looks like a legit helicopter.
It is a legit helicopter.
It's a legit helicopter, dude. Legit helicopter review.
This is wild.
So they take it over, and they tell the people in the ship, it's usually like mostly Filipino people, Filipino crews.
Oh.
And they're like, all right, well, we got no problems with you, but you're coming with us. We're taking over the ship.
What an incredible way to characterize having a gun in your face. Hasan is asking us not to believe our own eyes as we watch terrorists hostilely kidnap the crew.
We got no problems with you, but you're coming with us. We're taking over the ship.
And once again,
listen, a lot of people fucking hate the way YouTube runs the site. About once a month, somebody's channel explodes without any... They always come back. 99% of the time, they come back pretty quickly. But, like, there are problems on YouTube. I'm not trying to write them off. But there is no discrepancy like this. I've never seen anything like this at YouTube. Where, like, one group of preferred creators that are vocally liked by, like, moderators... I mean, did you ever watch the video of fucking Dan Clancy, the guy who runs Twitch, singing Hasan Piker Happy Birthday? I've never in my life seen such insane favoritism to the point where it's at the detriment of the entire platform. I am so happy that Google does not run their ship like Amazon.
The crew is still MIA for over a year, prisoners to a terrorist organization. But don't worry, guys. Hasan says they have no problem with them.
They're like, all right, well, we got no problems with you, but you're coming with us.
This is a 3-minute video of what do you do? A music video? When you use a music video, I'm expecting like.
Twitter is bad in the other direction. Twitter is bad, but it doesn't really matter because no one was making money on Twitter. The only people who were making money on Twitter were like conservatives who were getting higher ad rates than everybody else. I've got nothing to prove that, but I don't know. Look, off of my numbers and the months, like the monthly numbers that I pull in, I don't understand how those other people were making significantly more. It makes absolutely no sense. I care a lot more, but Twitter doesn't rely on ad revenue to be successful. And the major point about Twitter was just keeping the account. And anything that's not allowing me to get banned immediately for making a joke is probably the better version of the site.
Oh, are you being serious? I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
I bet Hasan's friend really appreciated being fed terrorist propaganda on camera. Let's see what he had to say.
Because hell, even a couple days ago, I was hanging out with my buddy Hasan, and this guy unironically put a terrorist propaganda music video on, and then left the room.
Oh, I've never seen this. What the fuck?
Left the room.
Yeah, and I was just like, and the thing is, like, in hindsight, it's hilarious, But at the same time, I'm like, what is going on here? This is wild to me.
Yeah.
But like, I just, and like, he was like, yo, they're such great dancers. Look how good
my god.
If Hasan wants to argue that these pirates were trying to stick it to Israel, why did he say, you're coming with us and not turn the ship back around and go home? Wouldn't that make the point better than just kidnapping them? I agree, DN22. But again, I don't know. The guy's super fucking radical. And it's extremely clear that that's kind of what he wants. I don't know. That's what I take away from it.
It's like, okay. Wait, is that how it works? If you watch like a politics TikTok, you get recommended Hasan right after? Is that how it works? Bro, he's all over this page. That's crazy. Click it. Dude, Hasan be saying some wild stuff, man. So I don't know if we can.
Here's another incident of Hasan enjoying some Houthi propaganda.
I didn't see this clip yet. What the fuck, dude?
How can they not agree with the Houthis when this is the kind of music
Dude, Dylan Burns is like the last good political streamer.
Who is Bunty King? Nicholas DeOrio.
video that they're coming out with? They got a beautiful voice too. Yeah, Israel been real quiet since this dropped, dude. The fucking
Israel's been real quiet since this dropped.
Mixtape.
Oh, Hasan, my sweet, naive friend. You say that Jews don't sing and dance like that? Then what the fuck do you...
And I was thinking in my head, I go, he would never say this about Ukraine. Then I'm like, wait, yes he would. He absolutely would. And I'm remembering all the clips of him fucking denying that Russia was going to invade right before they invaded.
Call this.
If Hitler made some sick beats... Wait, hold on. Are you unfamiliar with Hitler's sick beats? Dude. Guys, listen. Hitler is pretty bad, right? But did you ever hear him rap against Darth Vader? All right? Listen, I'm no fan of Hitler myself, but after seeing him perform this beautiful music, I realized that he was actually, like, he's a very musical people.
I am Adolf Hitler, command of the Third Reich. Little known fact.
I'm so dope on Mike. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're gonna keep going. All right.
That's right, bitch. What the fuck you stepping on our shit?
Dude, why is he's fighting back? This is the Israel music, dude.
Yeah, Israel been real quiet since this dropped, dude. The fucking mixtape.
Dude, Ethan, you gotta drop a dab on them.
Got a beautiful voice too. Israel been real quiet since this dropped, dude. Israel been real quiet since this dropped, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
Jesus. I'm sorry, this is actually pretty good.
Houthis been real quiet since.
All right, Ethan, we're dragging it a little bit. Chat, is he dragging it or is the meme still massive?
This drop, dude.
All right, we're good. We're good. It's still massive.
Now we come to our sweet, beautiful, cute little TikTok twink. This hairless.
Dude, I'm sorry. Wait, listen to Ethan's. Hold on.
Our sweet, beautiful, cute little TikTok twink. This hairless young.
He's got less hair than Bo Black. No!
Sweet, beautiful, cute little TikTok twink. This hairless young man is the fantasy of every tween and twix and all the boys and girls on TikTok. He's cute. He's got a mustache. He's a freedom fighter. Beautiful eyes. They call him Houthi Chalamet because he's a Houthi.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean? Excuse me. Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, why are you doing that? Bro, you are going to get...
Dude, journalism. I'm sorry. Journalism is when I sit there and let a terrorist on my stream, uncontested.
And I think it would be ridiculous to do that.
Hasan now has the opportunity to express his journalistic chops, to get his boots on the ground and show us just how good of a reporter he can be.
Listen, he can't debate, he can't do breaking news, but let's hear his journalistic integrity.
Doing journalism, chat. Does he know what One Piece is?
He's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. We love you too, man.
This guy just did the equivalent of getting the interview with like the big YouTube big bad and asking them if they know who Tipster is and what their take on him is.
Nicholas DeOrio.
This is like if I
Nick, Dylan Burns is the last good politics streamer. Me, sitting here feeling like chopped liver.
Unfortunately,
Big
Tipster,
Flash,
I'm still holding my ground, Tipster. I'm holding my ground.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
We're big fans.
Tipster, you're getting penisy, Tipster. Don't get penisy.
You can tell him that. I want to ask him about the knife. The knives are sick. What's up with the knives? You know, the curved knives.
If one of those knives comes out in front of you, it's not going back until it has blood on it.
Oh, okay. My bad. Well, I mean, I think it's cool though. That's so crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
The crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm.
Wait, another report from the front lines. Hasan went from 100% energy to 10%. He isn't watching the video. And check Discord for a new soundboard piece. Oh boy. Woo boy. What do we got here? Let me see.
And they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny. I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, why are you doing that? What do you mean? I'm just chilling. We're just vibing. Yeah, we're just vibing. We're vibing big time.
Hasan uncritically interviewed this kid for about an hour. It was the most brazen display of disgusting terrorist propaganda that I have maybe ever seen in Western media.
What has happened to, does he know what has happened to any of the crews? Like, I heard they...
Hasan almost asked a good question, but it's actually leading to the most obscene part of this interview.
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was Chinese, and he did qat with them, and he danced some music with them, and he was vibing.
He danced he was vibing, guys.
Him, yeah.
Our hostages were vibing.
So, what... That's so crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
Ask yourself, why is he able to hang out with the captain and the crew of this pirated ship? Why would he even have access to that? Hasan knows why. Of course, he is a Houthi terrorist. Instead of challenging him and demanding more details about these kidnapped and missing people, he just runs defense for this guy, acting like he doesn't know why that would even happen.
He's saying that they
And I think Willie has a point. I just read Willie's message. This is what he said. Ethan is not making an incredible point. We've all made this point. Ethan demands Hasan does a better job at reporting stories while not knowing the full story is goofy. Hasan will hinge on the guarantee. While I agree with this criticism, I guess from a bird's eye view, the reality of like, after 2 years, they found the hostages 8 days ago when this video was written over a month ago. Really does, I don't really think it's a huge fucking deal, to be honest. I don't think I'm sure Hasan will hinge on it, but then we need to point out how Hasan had a guy who talked to somebody from the ship on stream and didn't even choose to press him, knowing that these people were missing. And then I don't think Ethan's mistake really looks that bad. Yeah.
Win over the crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny.
It is super fun
watching the content nuke from Nick DeOrio's stream. That's a great. Thank you for the new Denim's clip, guys. That was probably the most intelligent thing that she's ever said. Can we hear that one more time?
Funny, the idea of kidnapped crew members who are being forced, probably at gunpoint, to do some death to Americas and maybe some curse upon the Jews. And frankly, the callous disregard for the well-being of the literal hostages is shocking, even for somebody that loves terrorists.
That's so funny. Is there a KFC there? They're everywhere. I don't think there's a KFC in Yemen, dog.
He says they have two.
Who is Bunty King?
Oh, they
Nicholas DeOrio?
do have KFC in Yemen? That's crazy.
Hey, Hasan, can you ask this guy where those, like, the terrorists are keeping those fucking... those hostages?
Dog.
He says they have two.
Oh, they do have KFC in Yemen?
I'm sorry. I just can't, dude. This is like me when I'm trying to feed somebody who's currently talking to YouTube Drama Person of the Week. And I'm like, dude, ask this question, ask this question, ask this question. And then you get the question like, do they have KFC in Yemen?
Crazy. Okay, that's sick.
Is there a KFC in Yemen? No way, dude! Holy fuck! There's a KFC in Yemen!
I don't respect you. So my respect.
Oh no! What am I gonna do?
Dude, his face. Look at his fucking face, dude. Look at his fucking face.
Get it! Holy fuck! There's a KFC in Yemen!
Who is Bunty King?
Nicholas DeOrio?
I'm sorry, this video is good. I don't know where I'm gonna end off, but it's good right now.
He's just like us!
What is Bunty King to you?
A person?
Who is Bunty King?
Dude, he just did the iconic cough. Let's go!
Does he know what One
He's
Piece
back!
is?
He's back!
What if he's been watching it since he was a kid?
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. That's so fire. Oh my God. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
You guys all remember Luffy's flag, right? Now, I'm only halfway through that show, so maybe I just haven't come to it yet. But I do not remember Luffy's flag looking like this. Predictably, there was some blowback after this interview, and Hasan went immediately into damage control to rewrite history.
He said that he was just simply a Yemeni person and not a Houthi. Yeah, I mean, we don't even know if he's a Houthi or not. He's a teenager in Yemen. The dude is neither a Houthi, nor a terrorist, nor a pirate, is not a Houthi rebel. They didn't fucking call him a Houthi either. You want to know why? Because he's not one. He's not a Houthi himself. He's not a pirate, but, you know, I don't think he's not a pirate. He has reiterated the position that he is not a Houthi. Trust me, bro, I'm not Houthi. Be for real. You sucked him off the entire stream. Not even a Houthi militant or anything like that. When I interviewed the dude,
holy
who
shit,
they still to this...
And it's crazy because if you hear him before then and after, it's just like, it's a stark contrast, right? Thank you guys for hitting the goal.
They call a Houthi terrorist. Tim Houthi is not even a fucking Houthi. I thought he wasn't a Houthi because he's not.
Dude, my favorite clips of Hasan are when he's balls deep screaming at some random fucking chatter. Stop saying he wasn't anti-Semitic. Of course he wouldn't say it because he's on your podcast. I thought he wasn't a Houthi.
Houthi terrorist. Tim Houthi's not even a fucking Houthi. I thought he wasn't a Houthi because he's not. No, he was just some fucking Yemeni TikToker. Random fucking Yemeni teenager. Didn't you brand it as him being a Houthi interview though? Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean?
Yup, there's the clip. There's the clip.
All right, let's just take Hasan's word for it and assume, okay, this kid is not.
Also, why would you compare him to Luffy? Is it Luffy? I haven't seen the fucking show. Who is a pirate? We called him Tim Houthi Charlemagne and compared him to a pirate. And you're like, can you stop calling him a fucking pirate? Who the fucking chat is calling him a fucking pirate? He's not a pirate and he's not a Houthi.
A Houthi rebel. He's just some ordinary Yemen teenager. Let's go ahead and take a look at his social media and see if that lines up.
All right, let's see here. Tel Aviv will burn in the coming hours. Ready for sacrifice and eager for martyrdom. Maybe he's talking about football? Here he is singing a song with the words, "Do you threaten us?"
Dude, if this guy stole one song off of LimeWire, okay?
With what we are waiting for, son of a Jew. Meaning of Houthi is a title, and it's not something to fear, but for the Jews. They are very afraid of this title. The execution we will carry out on all Zionists, with the lovely depiction of a man in pale.
Dude, he's not a pirate. He doesn't even have a large black hat, okay? He's not even drinking rum.
Through his asshole and out of his mouth. With a pike, or how Hasan likes to say it, a pike for a cut.
Guys, I know Johnny Depp is playing him in the live action, but that doesn't make him a pirate.
Okay, why would he retweet this article called Houthis Use Social Media to Boost Global Prominence and Support? Israel falls.
Where is this eye patch? I haven't caught him with one doubloon.
Wait for the new operation in Tel Aviv, the Jaffa drone, which no Israeli defense can stop.
Go back? What did I miss in my rage?
A man impaled through his asshole and out of his mouth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, guys, I forgot that. I didn't pay attention to that part.
They are very afraid of this title.
Oopsie.
The execution we will carry out on all Zionists, with the lovely depiction of a man impaled through his asshole and out of his mouth with a pike.
It's not a pike. It's not a pike. It's a Hasan Piker.
Or, how Hasan likes to say it, a pike for a cut.
Whoa!
Okay, why would he retweet this article?
Okay, I like what you did, Ethan, there, but I prefer it's a piker. Okay, it's not a pike, it's a piker.
Called Houthis Use Social Media to...
He impaled the Jew on the Hasan Piker. Okay, that's how we will describe it on the Nicholas DeOrio channel.
Boost global prominence and support. Israel falls. Wait for the new operation in Tel Aviv, the Jaffa drone, which no Israeli
ass on Piker. On Piker.
Defense can stop. The ships we bombed and sank. I know the red arrow is supposed to be a cool military Hamas thing. This is a butt plug. Just saying. To every Zionist, I will put this into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and Zionist is clearly interchangeable to this guy.
Yep.
Okay, but hating Jews doesn't make you a Houthi. Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive. You know what makes you a Houthi? Being a Houthi. At least one of the two of them is being honest about it.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. Yes. That's fire. And that's so fire. Oh my god. We think the Houthis is doing what Luffy would do. They're tweeting an image of a Jewish person on a pike. I don't understand why this problem can't be approached with nuance. Because he is a teenager in Yemen, dude.
Talk about the bigotry of low expectations.
Dude, if Turkey Tom says a slur on Twitter, it's like he's a neo-Nazi fascist rapist, okay? But then this guy puts a fucking guy, this fucking Jewish guy is getting impaled by a Hasan Piker, and he's like, listen, man, Yemen's a crazy place. Things are bad over there. Look, this is just how they get down, you know? This is how they get down.
He's a kid in Yemen, dude. What do you expect? Of course he's going to want to put a pike through a Jew's asshole and through his mouth. That's just what kids in Yemen are
Dude, they just like going bass to mouth, you know?
like, man.
And also, what do you mean?
All the kids are doing it, dude. All the kids are doing it.
It's just a person on a pike. There's no Jewish person on a pike on that photo unless I saw something different.
Hasan claims this isn't even a Jewish person on the pike. How exactly is a naked, piked person supposed to look like a Jew for you, Hasan? You know what? You're right. Let me make it a little clearer.
No, don't.
First, he needs a bigger nose, right, Hasan? Of course, he needs a yarmulke, the curly things. Oh, look, Hasan, he dropped his dreidel. He must be Jewish for sure. Or, you know, you could just read what he wrote, you dumbass, liar, terrorist-loving propaganda.
Yes! Yes, dude!
And this piece of shit.
This is why this entire conversation
Fucking speak, bro.
is fucking idiotic.
Let my
It's
man
not
speak.
a Jewish person. He said, this is, I think if we're, why am I held accountable for some random fucking 19-year-old in Yemen's tweets? What is happening? How many steps?
Why am I held responsible for this guy that I specifically platformed on my podcast as Tim Houthi Charlemagne, the fucking pirate? I cannot believe that people are pointing out that this guy is a Houthi terrorist pirate. Wild. I cannot believe I'm being held responsible for this.
How removed are we from this situation?
0? I mean, you platformed him. Do you not remember?
Yes!
Remember? Did the check not clear or something? When faced with fair criticism for his coverage of the Houthi Luffy, he has a total
The only reason Hasan is getting leveled over this is because he put him on and then lied and told everybody that he wasn't exactly what he was. So of course he's gonna get shit for it. He's literally like fucking, he brings the guy on playfully, he gets a little bit of pushback he wasn't expecting, and then he lies through it.
Down.
I fucking despise all of you, dude. I do. I really do. I hate all of you. You successfully got me to talk about this, and my patience is running thin on this matter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you upset by the fact that your own actions have caused you a bit of hardship? Oh no, what a shame.
The endless selfishness, the untapped well of American selfishness and American individualism is in full display. How is this the conversation that you want to have right now?
One of the most cynical methods Hasan deploys to sidestep any criticism.
You know, yeah, why does this want to talk about it?
American selfishness and American individualism is in full display. How is this the conversation that you want to have right now?
Oh yeah, what we should be talking about is how the Democratic Party didn't earn our vote this year, which is why Donald Trump is enacting all of these policy changes right now. Because, listen guys, they didn't have the right position on Palestine, so we might as well let Trump win this election. Who cares?
One of the most cynical methods Hasan deploys to sidestep any criticism is to deflect to the ongoing genocide in Gaza. I've seen him do this so many times.
I love the clip of him laughing hysterically when Kamala Harris mentions the rapes that were going on fucking October 7th. Like him just like, she's fallen for the psyop. She's referenced the rapes. Is that in here?
He frames it like you are selfish for trying to criticize him, no matter what the reason is, because there's a genocide happening, man. How can you criticize me at a time like this?
Claiming that I am, you know, too pro-Houthi. When someone is like focusing on that while there's an active fucking ethnic cleansing campaign happening. He also apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life. In the middle of fucking talking about fucking genocide in Gaza, and this dumb fuck, blow your nose, brother, love you, not trying to be mean, just keep some tissue nearby and clear it out occasionally when needed, much love. Fuck you, dude. My argument sucks? You think it justifies genocide? What are you, stupid? Everything that can be tangentially turned into like Jewish people are under attack is a decent way to just like drive discourse away from open genocide in Gaza. If your sole focus when Israel is doing a complete genocide in Gaza, if your sole focus revolves around...
Dude, these are all the clips, bro. There's somehow he's found clips that in my months of covering this I've never heard before.
Around that
the starving children in Africa fallacy, true.
People are saying you're a Zionist. Yeah, go fucking yell at streamers for not covering sufficiently the ongoing active genocide in Gaza instead of coming in here and fucking chirping at me.
It's quite a charge to just say, I'm a stenographer of the Israeli government or I'm a propagandist. I don't think there's any evidence I'm either of those things. I'm curious who you think I am doing the propaganda for.
While we're having this conversation, 3,000... Piers, while we're having this back and forth, 3,840 Palestinians have been ruthlessly slaughtered in the last incursion into Gaza. I feel like this is an incredibly selfish, self-centered conversation to have.
This technique is so powerful.
Hello.
What the fuck? Hold on. I don't know if I should hit these buttons. Someone has apparently added more things to what is this?
Brought back slavery.
Yes!
Holy fuck! There's a KFC in Yemen!
Oh, dude, that's gonna be great for streams. Thank you. Thank you for adding that. Thank you.
Because everyone is afraid of being labeled as a genocide denier. Piers Morgan, with decades of experience, immediately surrenders when the genocide card is pulled.
Holy fuck! There's a KFC in Yemen! Thank you. Was that Tanubi, thank you.
When you're just a fucking stenographer, you're not a truth teller.
He has every right to defend himself. And grow a pair, Piers. Stand up for yourself, man. It's time to stop being intimidated by these online overnight activists who couldn't even point to Gaza on a map before October 7th. Like Hasan, for example.
Doesn't know where Yemen is? Okay, I'm gonna click close. I'm closing it. I'm closing it. I think nope.
This is George Bush trying to figure out who to invade after 9/11.
Nope. Got it.
How can you claim to actually care about this genocide when you're willing to so cynically
exploit it to sidestep any criticism? What a bigot. Before we move on, Hasan has one final taste of idiocy for us all to enjoy.
Now, this kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him, which means that for most of his life, he has withstood genocide, right? Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fuck.
Dude, the genocide meme is massive right now, chat. Massive, okay?
And you know what else is massive?
Fucking Anne Frank, basically, okay? Being able to talk to Anne Frank.
I'm sorry, I forgot that he compared the Houthi terrorists to Anne Frank. What the fuck?
In real time.
To quote Anne Frank, I keep my ideals because in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. Anne Frank continues to inspire generations of people because in the face of a genocide that eventually took her...
Can somebody point to me which page of Anne Frank's Bible? What the fuck? Anne Frank's Bible, yo. She's a crazy Catholic. No, can anybody point to me the page of Anne Frank's diary where like a fucking Jewish guy was getting impaled?
And her entire family's life.
Anne Frank's Bible, chat.
Except for her dad. She refused to give in to hate, malice, and violence.
It's over.
And then... there's this guy, who would have killed Anne Frank if he ever met her.
I wasn't ready for that. What the fuck?
Except for her dad. She refused to give in to hate, malice, and violence. And then there's this guy, who would have killed Anne Frank if he ever met her.
You might think this is a sweet, innocent girl. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys we are working on a new edition just for you, Hasan. You should hear about the time she went roaming the streets of Berlin at night with a knife, slitting the throats of families, including children, babies, and the elderly. She's killed children, you guys. She even rapes people. She's just like Luffy.
I'm sorry, this is way fucking better than fucking Content Nuke Keemstar. I'm sorry, this is ridiculous.
There is no other way.
She even rapes people. She's just like Luffy.
Way to describe this than terrorist propaganda. Not only is he platforming terrorist propaganda, right, uncritically, he's participating in it. He's enhancing it. He is not just a conduit. He is an active participant who's disseminating it to more and more people in a way more consumable form.
Hey, Nicholas DeOrio,
this is extremely fucked up. But why should he care? Their flag doesn't say death to fucking Turks. It says curse upon the Jews. Hasan likes to obfuscate on this and says, nobody cares when Sean Penn interviewed El Chapo.
Sean Penn literally interviewed El Chapo. Exactly, dude.
Nobody is saying you can't have difficult conversations with controversial people.
We're just saying that you can't have them because you're incapable of having them.
Guys, we know this. Now let's move on to everybody's favorite terrorist organization, our friends in the north. It's Hezbollah. Where do I even begin? Thousands of civilians have been killed globally from their terrorist acts, car bombs, and suicide attacks. They even assassinated the Lebanese prime minister. They've hijacked civilian airplanes. They've shot 15,000 rockets into civilian centers. And if you can imagine, that's not even the worst things they've done. They participated in the slaughter of over...
Dude, imagine if Ethan, instead of releasing all those Ethan Klein channel videos for a smaller audience, just put something like this together 3 months ago. Like, it would have been so awesome.
500,000 Syrian
I mean, it's awesome now, but...
civilians to help a dictator, Bashar Assad.
I mean, all this
I
is...
completely missed the Anne Franco bit when watching Tommy's stream. Holy shit.
I mean, like, literally, this is just all, like, a highlight reel of all the best stuff that he put together in all the other videos. So I don't think if you've watched everything, you're getting a lot of mileage, but I mean, the jokes kind of make up for it.
Stay in power. They indiscriminately bombed over civilian centers, and they killed hundreds of thousands of civilians in what can only be described as a genocide. They are a designated terrorist group by the US, by the EU, and, oh yeah, the entire Arab League, which gave them that status after their participation in the Syrian genocide. In short, nobody likes them. Well, there is one person.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do we like them or no?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They are terrorists.
I'm not gonna say it on record. They do some terrorism, but they're pretty dope. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They are designated.
They're pretty cool guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say
I don't have an issue with them. They're terrorists, but like they're pretty cool terrorists. Yeah, if I had to say.
This is Hezbollah's leader, Hasan Nasrallah. According to Hasan Piker, this man is a brilliant freedom fighter. But before we get into that, let's see how he feels about Jewish people. Here are some choice quotes from Hezbollah's leader, Hasan Nasrallah. According to Shaul Shai, Hasan Nasrallah...
Is this the better or worse Hasan?
...said in a speech delivered in Beirut, what do the Jews want? They want security and money. Throughout history, the Jews have been Allah's most cowardly and avaricious creatures. If you look...
Dude, I can't tell. Is it Hasan Piker or the other Hasan? That sounds like it could come right out of his mouth.
All over the world, you will find no one more miserly or greedy than they are.
This isn't Hasan Piker talking?
I don't have an issue with them.
If we search the entire world for a person more...
This is Hasan Piker's mind, alright? This is the stuff he won't say out loud.
Cowardly, despicable, weak, and feeble in psyche, mind, ideology, and religion, we would not find anyone like the Jew. Notice, I do not say Israeli.
I don't have an issue with them.
If Jews all gathered in Israel, it will save us the trouble of going after them worldwide.
Oh my god.
The history of Jews has proven that, regardless of the Zionist proposal, they are a people...
I know at the end of this clip, it's gonna cut back to Hasan being like, yeah, I don't have a problem with them.
...who are...
Takeaway is that this guy is an extremely hateful, like, politically illiterate retard. Like, that's literally what's happening here. Like, he's got one fucking direction that he wants to take you, and he will defend any and all horrific, like, terrible atrocities to get there.
A lot of these dudes...
He's just politically bankrupt.
You see them in their fucking fits, and you hear about, like, some of their attitudes about, like, gay people, for example, and you immediately fucking resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing that these motherfuckers are better read than you by a million.
Dude, he said better read.
Like, it's not a broken clock situation. No, dude. Half of these dudes literally get educated in America and in the UK. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
The more you learn,
this is why it's Orientalist. To literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons, and like sometimes they get this shit right. No, dude, he knows. It's crazy.
It's crazy anyway.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine. And also, ultimately, he is regarded as a pretty brilliant person. In terms of like
they get on Ethan for not disavowing Netanyahu, which he did, by the way, and then Hasan will just go on a rant about how like, this is just crazy.
Everything that he's done, you might not agree with his methods, you might not agree with his attitude.
Name 10 books. The Catcher in the Rye, and The Great Gatsby, and Moby Dick.
Overall, in terms of like his social, his
Mein Kampf
opinions on civil liberties and shit like that.
The fuck is the wind sound? Well, I just watched The Happening yesterday, and I'm seeing what's happening. It's Hasan killing himself live on air.
But ultimately, this motherfucker has read a shit ton of books.
Knowledge. I feel I've shown you guys enough evidence that Hezbollah is an evil terrorist organization, but have you considered this?
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim. Okay? That's what you meant to say. What you meant to say is they're Muslim. So, of course, as they're Muslim, it's different.
If you're wondering why Hasan's audience is so radicalized, it's because of stuff like this.
Israel, America's greatest ally, the most important country in the world, the most moral nation, the most moral democracy on the planet, is ruthlessly and mercilessly bombing southern Lebanon, including southern Beirut.
What did Lebanon do?
They just kind of were there. They happen to be Israel's neighbor.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Even as someone who's critical of Israel, this retelling is fucking insane.
They just kind of were there.
Hezbollah started launching rockets into Israel hours after the October 7th raid began. They launched 12,000 rockets, killed nearly 100 people, including 12 children, and displaced 250,000 Israelis from northern Israel. That's what caused them to respond.
What did Lebanon do?
They were just kind of there, dude. They're like the neighbors.
Shit. Why did he ask that? What do I say?
Dude, is Hasan gonna get this video taken down for AI? Holy fuck, it's Ethan AI Klein. Somebody make a Reddit post! Ethan used AI!
Tell him the real reason.
He used AI!
No! My audience will kill me for being a Zionist. Okay, let's try this. They just kind of were there. Hell yeah, another slick political saved by boots on the ground Hasan Piker. Damn, I'm good.
Even as a pro-Palestine activist, how does lying about this serve your agenda? All it does is further radicalize people. It removes any nuance, and it avoids any criticism for his team. And this is what continues to drive this conflict on forever. Hasan is dedicated to pleasing his radical audience, even at the price of knowingly lying to them for TikTok and Twitter likes.
I'm a propagandist.
Or he's being paid, which, you know...
I don't think it's either. I think Hasan is a horrible fucking human being who's politically locked and compromised. And he speaks to a massive audience because Twitch enables him to do this. Twitch's policies that they don't enforce on Hasan enable all of this misinformation.
We can't rule out. What a pathetic propagandist piece of shit liar he is.
And now, let's move to Hamas, the catalyst for this entire thing.
Guys, the next section on the Hasan Piker video. All right, guys, it's time to talk about Hamas. Let's go. All right, guys, time to address the elephant in the room. Let's do it. The Hamas segment.
Which, you know, we can't rule out. What a pathetic propagandist piece of shit liar he is.
And now, let's move to Hamas, the catalyst for this entire thing. They're the ones that committed this horrible act of terrorism, one of the worst the world has ever seen, on October 7th. They are without a doubt the most extreme of all of these terrorist organizations. They are Islamic jihadists that want to convert all of Israel into an Islamic state under Sharia law. That's their stated goal.
Ethan is using AI to make fake terrorism propaganda, thus depriving real terrorism propagandists like Hasan of income.
True.
Hamas has been on the designated terrorist group pretty much as long as there's been a group. These guys have been suicide bombing civilians before ISIS leaders were even born.
They're the OGs.
They fired 50,000 rockets into civilian populations and performed over 100 suicide bombings, killing thousands of civilians.
They're the fucking
Women are restricted from
OGs.
participating in the workplace and public life. Homosexuality is outlawed, and in some cases, of course, punishable by death. They steal foreign aid from the people of Gaza and repurpose it for military use, or they just sell it back to them. For example, why are all the Hamas leaders billionaires?
And let's be real, these guys
All right, hold on.
clearly are.
For example, why are all the Hamas leaders billionaires?
And let's be real, these guys clearly are not skipping any meals. While the people of Gaza languish in poverty, these fine gentlemen are living in multi-million-dollar penthouses in Qatar.
That lines
They're
up
just hard workers.
with leftist values. Or, well, they were billionaires. Because they're all dead. They killed it all. They're all dead. Hamas is a bunch of psychopathic terrorists of the worst order. And nobody would be crazy enough to defend them.
I don't understand. Why doesn't he like that those people are dead? It's the redistribution of wealth. It sounds like something that he would like, you know?
Yeah, is this Islam again?
Hasan defended Hamas? Seriously? Okay.
We had to make last-minute changes to this part to prevent it from being age-restricted on YouTube. I cut out the footage from Hamas, and I will attempt to narrate it for you as best I can. In this scene, an older woman is walking hand in hand with a girl who looks about 12. And as they're getting in the back of the van, one of the terrorists...
Dude, it's crazy that, like, Hasan could play something unbanned on Twitch that, like, you actually have to, like, censor. Like, there was one thing, right? I think... You guys know why Stardust got demonetized, right? She pulled a Frogan clip and put it in YouTube, and her channel was I think it was completely demonetized, like permanently, because she pulled a Frogan clip onto the thing and kept it there and used it as like an archive. So like they took away her monetization forever. That's the stuff that Twitch is broadcasting. But again, I'm sorry that Dan Saltman and Ethan Klein caused the adpocalypse.
gives them a wave goodbye and says goodbye to them in English.
Goodbye.
And the two of them smiling wave back.
That's crazy, dog. Dude. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. That actually, okay, that's too much. That's more than I expect.
Was it an unlisted Frogan clip? Yeah, it was. It wasn't even a publicly posted clip. I mean, listen, obviously, I'm critical of them using this stuff as a fucking sponsor war and listing everything. I understand. I get what people are mad about. But let's not act like Twitch.tv isn't directly responsible for this by not moderating their site. Sorry.
Bro, every time they're releasing hostages... And
I'm not usually the one to sit here and do the whole, oh, you gotta moderate it. Actually, you've gotta moderate it, but it's so bad over there. I can't defend it. I'm sorry. There's no way I could defend what's going on at Twitch.
The next wave, they're going to be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I'm staying.
These hostages are being released at gunpoint by the people who likely murdered their family in front of them before kidnapping them. Hasan peddling this narrative that they're sad to leave their captors is beyond disgusting.
The next wave, they're going to be like, actually, I'm good.
It's plainly obvious these are traumatized victims who are scared for their life and doing what the terrorists are telling them to do in order to avoid any conflict on the way out. Oh, look at the sweet masked terrorist with his AK-47. He's so nice. Did you guys see how he...
Explain Israel and Palestine in Fortnite in terms. So on October 7th, during a Fortnite festival operation, the controller players launched a deadly offensive on innocent women and children from the PC player tribe. The PC players struck quickly.
Waves goodbye.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna be honest. This is some crazy PR. They look traumatized as fuck. Wait, what? Bro, they look like they're chilling.
This girl who had her foot blasted off on October 7th and then operated on without anesthesia or painkillers.
They got spawn camped at Fatal Fields before they could loot. Yeah.
Is so sorry to say goodbye to her captors. She's gonna miss their hospitality. Like being raped and being watched showering and changing.
The next wave, they're gonna be like,
fucking crazy.
Like, I'm staying.
It's so obvious the terrorists are telling them what to do. Ethan, how can you say that? They look so happy.
I don't know what Denims and them are gonna say to this video. I'm super excited to watch their response. Because we're an hour in. I mean, I don't think this is the best coverage I've ever seen, but I think it's a really good video, and it's got a lot of really genuinely funny parts too, to make it more like engaging for the average viewer who's not like terminally online and knows everything about it. It also seems kind of easy to follow. Like, he's not going too far out of the beaten path to make these criticisms.
Keep waving. These morons forgot to cut out this part. Yes, that's a terrorist giving them an order to keep waving.
Yeah, well, bro, Willie Mac did better. I'm not going to deny that Willie's videos are really good, but Willie made 16 of them. Which one do I watch? It's all here. It's an hour and 43 minutes of it. Which one of Willie's 16 videos can tell me what this is? Are they like 40 minutes each? Like, yeah, it's like that's the point.
And she does. See how fast she reacts? Totally not a fearful victim of terroristic kidnapping. Anyone peddling this nonsense should be embarrassed and ashamed. How pathetic can you get?
The next wave, they're gonna be like, actually, I'm good. Bro, they look like they're chilling.
All right, the Houthis is one thing, but he's not going to turn on Hamas propaganda videos and watch it on stream. There's no way. Okay, it's getting hard to defend him.
freedom fighters.
This is a vintage Angry Joe Activision bit that we've been watching for the court. Like, this is great.
Musical shit.
Here is a video that came out of how Hamas produces their own motherfucking sniper rifles.
He can hardly contain his admiration for them.
Produces their own motherfucking sniper rifles.
Let's see how long he can go without offering any commentary or analysis on this Hamas hype video.
Wait, clicked on Denim's stream and it's her deflecting in Destiny. Wait, I'm sorry. Are any of these people active during the Keemstar one where he attacked fucking G Fuel? Because half of my comment section was people telling me that it was deserved. So I'm like super confused here. Is it deserved when it's Keemstar and not when it's Hasan? Or like, I don't understand. It's either bad or it's good, right? You probably ought not push your audience to attack advertisers. I think that's like a pretty reasonable fucking position to hold. But I'm just wondering, did they, you know, stand strong when it wasn't their own income? Oh, and obviously, Destiny. Did you know that he sent around the fucking nudes? He sent around the nudes. How could you talk about Hasan?
Is that COD?
Mike from PA and more have the new NPC upload on Ethan.
Mike from PA and more have the new NPC upload on Ethan's video. It came out at the same time as the Destiny accusations. Ethan is running defense for Destiny.
Yeah, that's
the further reasoning is
this fucking video.
DGG. Cope be real.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, Ethan literally covered the Destiny allegations on his stream, but no one will care about that. It's just a deflection tactic. Listen, as somebody who's been getting looped in with everything Destiny has ever said before, and called an orbiter when I literally, apparently I was an orbiter and I missed out on all the money and financial benefit and viewers that come with being an orbiter. I got totally left out to dry. I'm an orbiter with zero perks, okay? As somebody who's been getting that right now, listen, I gotta be honest with you. As much quote-unquote hate as you think Ethan's gonna get over this, my shit's got like 95% like ratios. Between 90 and 95 all the way through. It's a vocal minority of retards. So just ignore them.
1 minute, 36 seconds. Nice. He's taken his time to analyze and think. I expect nothing less from a journalist such as Hasan.
Quiet, everybody. He's about to speak. He's gonna talk.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
He's done it again.
We love you.
Yes!
We will continue killing your soldiers by our locally manufactured snipers. Wow, there's a little message for the Americans out there as well.
Holy shit. I've never heard that one before.
They're saying like artisanal snipers. So, why am I showing you this?
Good question. Why are you showing us 2 minutes of uninterrupted Hamas propaganda? I'm sure he has a good answer.
The reason why I'm showing you this is because one thing that the Israeli maintenance of the apartheid has shown us is that there are no half measures on genocide. You either got to hit the full gen, okay? You can't do half genocide, a little bit of displacement, and then continue maintaining an apartheid state and maintaining an occupation, okay? Which is basically what America did back in the day when, you know, we were building America, Manifest Destiny, right?
Hold on. You showed this to us because...
By the way, I'm going to need every single person who has the take on stream that going after sponsors is bad. I'm going to need their takes audited. I want to know what they said 5 years ago about Keemstar. I want to know what they said about Pokimane when she's like, not going to put my name on that one. I don't even remember what sponsor that was, but I want to hear their take on the Pokimane situation. I need their take on all these situations to know if they're just sweeping.
Because of Manifest Destiny? The fuck are you talking about?
Gundam? Yeah, I need the Gundam take. Yeah.
Word salad. I mean, he's really saying nothing here. So he has no good reason. Got it.
Okay, fine. He likes Hamas. He watches their propaganda. But he's not going to deny the
the violent rapes that took place, that is way beyond the pale.
There is one instance in captivity that we have actually gotten verifiable evidence on. Beyond that, the systematized mass rapes that Hamas dealt on October 7, not a single bit of that has been verified. And people still run with it over and over and over again.
Many young people who are simply attending.
Why is Ethan talking about me when Destiny sent nudes during a genocide when the US has a fascist president? Hasan Piker tomorrow.
Guys! 2020 fucking 9. Is it 2029? I don't know. No, 2028 is an election year, okay? We have to start fucking figuring this shit out.
A music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking about?
Oh my God, bro.
The Stop Anti-Semitism account that considered me to be anti-Semite of the week has also been hallucinating rapes once again. Doing
hallucinating rapes, chat.
Rape fantasies once again because they're fucking mentally ill.
Hamas has committed horrific acts of
this is the one. This is the one.
Violence. And took
women and girls, men and boys slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people.
I gotta be honest with you. My favorite part of current American politics is that neither side supports these radical retards coming out of fucking Hasan Piker's community. When people say that these people are only existing on Twitter and Twitter lefties don't exist in the real world, it's never been more true than watching our current Democratic Party just ignore these fucking depraved freaks.
Matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7, like that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. Like,
I can't believe how quickly leftists go from believe all women to pics or it didn't happen. The vast majority of people, if not all, who were raped were murdered on the spot, obviously.
Gam Goldstein Almog was kidnapped from her home on October 7th by Hamas terrorists and was held.
I forgot, did he put it in the fucking thing so far where Hasan was talking about I think he did, where they were talking about the girl that was very obviously raped and murdered, and they're like, dude, no, they're just helping her get away.
Captive for 51 days. Though only 17 years old, she witnessed the murder of her father and sister on that day and is now speaking out about what she witnessed in Gaza as well in a new documentary by Sheryl Sandberg, Screams Before Silence. In new footage, Agam reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life as a hostage in Gaza.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7.
Hasan, maybe you would like to call her a liar. Please, go right ahead.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7.
There are dozens of testimonies from witnesses, most of who were in hiding and heard or saw it happen. And each week, there's more stories coming out. There's a UN report that concludes it happened.
Doesn't matter.
But Hasan needs a rape kit from a mutilated body. It's so vile to deny the suffering and trauma of the victims just because...
God, yeah, literally, we need to do a rape kit on all the mutilated dead bodies from October 7th just to ease Hasan's pain.
Because you need your heroes at Hamas to be perfect. This conflict will never end.
I'm not hitting the fucking button for that.
Until people realize that Palestinian liberation and Israeli security are not mutually exclusive. You need both, and it can be done, but not while people like Hasan lie, propagandize, and incite hate. It's people like him, ironically, that prolong the conflict indefinitely. There's no space for conversation.
All right, I don't think Hasan is... I don't agree with that. I don't think he's prolonging the conflict. I think that this conflict has been raging since before I was born, and it's still going to be raging after I'm dead. And I think that's literally the only way to view this without being a complete fucking retard. I don't know. I think that these people both are going to fight over this land until there's not a these people anymore, and there's only people, you know?
Space for rational thought. There's no space for nuance. My position on Palestine is like 5 degrees off from where Hasan is. And to him and his community, I'm the devil. I'm a Nazi. It's delusional thinking, and it's destructive to their own cause.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. God forbid you throw up the fucking green Hamas banner. What is
And now let's move on to our next terrorist organization, Twitch TV.
Okay, well, this is probably where I'm not gonna like the video.
Sinwar, Nasrallah, Dan Clancy. Of course, I'm being a little silly when I call Twitch a terrorist organization.
Okay.
It's only a megaphone for terrorist propaganda.
Okay.
Dan Clancy has been the CEO for a few years, and under his leadership, there's been a few
I want to focus on this one specifically. I need to see what I'm co-signing here.
notable instances, one being reducing the premium subscription split from 70-30 to 50-50, which he reversed after backlash. He also attempted to ban the size of sponsored logos on stream to 3% of the size of the screen, was also reversed after backlash. So he's essentially achieved nothing. Oh, well, there is one thing. He actually laid off 900 employees. That one he did
As far as I know, that's all true so far.
not take back. But here's where the trouble begins. He likes Hasan. He really likes Hasan.
Let me read you an excerpt from a recent interview Dan did. Not a gamer himself, Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political commentator Hasan Piker. I like the frankness and the bluntness. He's comfortable saying whatever he believes. Don't you think that might be part of the problem there, Danny boy?
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
By speaking
so far, so good.
What he believes, he should be on Rumble with the other fringe radical political streamers. But no, not under Dan Clancy's watch.
If you align with Ethan on the Dan Clancy stuff, you align with Dan. No, you could be critical of the way that these people aren't getting moderated on the site, and it's actively being done at the detriment of all other content creators, while not also fucking tweeting at Coca-Cola. It's actually extremely simple.
Dan has elevated him to the status of Twitch Golden Boy. And if you still have doubts, let this settle the matter. Just for clarity, Dan...
Did you know that QT admitted they lost major sponsors for the Streamer Awards last minute when they learned Hasan was nominated again? I'm not shocked. I literally tried to put a fucking ad on a Hasan Piker video on YouTube, and I lost sponsors. I literally had a sponsor drop because I sent them a Hasan video, and I had to cut the sponsored segment, and they paid me out half the money.
Clancy.
Yeah, I literally have been affected by this.
He's the one filming and singing in this video.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hasan runs Twitch allegations after this. This is crazy. Oh my God.
Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
This is crazy.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm cooked. I'm
Happy
cooked.
birthday from Twitch, Hasan. Happy birthday from Twitch.
This is like the Ethan Klein and Susan Wojcicki screenshot from hell. Okay, that's like, remember all the shit that Keem said about Susan and Ethan? That's like the demonic entity version of that.
I've been looking around and I genuinely have never seen another video like this anywhere.
Only a screenshot, only a picture.
Or Dan Clancy or any top executive force all these poor sons of bitches during their lunch break to go.
Okay, yeah, this is crazy, dude. I mean, we gotta reel out all the fucking people who are unfortunately working in the office and not working remote that day.
Around in the crew room and sing happy birthday for Hasan Piker. How humiliating is
Dan
that?
Clancy Tom Clancy's estranged brother?
Dude, what if Tom Clancy's first name was Dan, and instead of making RPG video game, not RPG, that's not the right one. Instead of making video games, he just gooned to random whores on his fucking YouTube Twitch timeline.
There's also a small issue of Dan being a total creep.
Want to explore clips?
That's very nice.
And now you have a clip feed. Okay? Suppose you want to check out the stories to see what you missed yesterday. You click there.
Did I not ask you nice enough? It's just all half-naked women.
And now you're in your stories feed.
He's like the Master Roshi archetype. That's what he is. He's the Master Roshi archetype. You want to talk anime characters, bitch? I know Dragon Ball. It's Master Roshi is running Twitch.tv. Dude.
Okay. That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's also.
Oh, Bulma! Bulma! Chlamydia Clancy.
Okay? Okay. Okay. Suppose you want to check out.
Didn't they find his Pornhub, and then one of the fucking porn stars that had a new Twitch channel was getting fucking, she was moving over, doing some non-porn related shit for once, and then Dan's like liking her fucking I can't, dude.
Stories.
Dude, he really supports his platform people offsite, dude.
To see what you missed yesterday. You click there.
I know what Ethan's gonna say. Ethan's gonna call him a creep or whatever and do the whole fucking... it's gonna come. It's coming.
And now you're in your stories. Okay?
Okay.
Like, in about 30 seconds, Dan from the H3 podcast is gonna be swinging his fists in the air, dude. Just punching the air. I know it's coming. I'm bracing myself for Ethan to blow it at the fucking hour and 18-minute mark.
That's very nice. That's also...
Have a seat on that chair.
Okay.
What were you doing with your pants?
Dude, it's coming.
Dan, I would have let this creep narrative go. If it didn't happen twice, roll it.
You want to see clips? Right this way, and now you see clips. The clips are, and that's not necessarily the algorithm.
First of all, it's gross enough you're a creep, but what an incompetent idiot you are. You're the CEO of Twitch, and you get caught with the fucking... You get caught with the girlies on your homepage twice? Bro, come on, dude. You got wife, man. You got daughters. We don't need to know about this.
Seems like a Connor argument about Tipster.
Don't want that in my head, bro. It's also a little bit disturbing considering...
If Augie, whenever he watches this, gives this section shit, I need you to just send him 50 clips of him talking about Tipster cheating on his wife.
These people's bosses.
Okay.
All right, so he's incompetent. He's a creep. He's protecting terrorist propagandists. So what's up? So what's the...
You think he would use a business account? I think his business account is also his goon account.
Big deal with Dan Clancy. Well, what happened...
I didn't think anything there was super horrible.
Next is what really made me realize how...
Creep's a little much, but he didn't call him a pedophile, so I'm happy.
...corrupted and rotten Twitch is to the very core of the...
Are we through it? Did we get out of there without him calling him a pedophile? What the... Wait, if that's it, then what... If that's the only clip, why is Denim saying that he should sue?
Organization. First, let me introduce you to Frogan.
Yes!
Why don't you go take a...
Frogan is literally the catalyst for this entire saga, all right? Couldn't just get unfollowed silently, all right? Started the whole fucking thing. The only reason that we've been covering this is because this fucking freak went crazy over getting unfollowed on Twitter one time, all right?
The organization. First, let me introduce you to Frogan.
Why don't you go take a trip to Home Depot and buy some rope?
She's one of Hasan's main moderators.
All right, we got through the Dan Clancy segment. Oh, all right, we haven't lost it. We haven't lost it yet. We haven't lost it. We're still moving forward, chat.
She's leading great discourse like Ethan's Islamophobic for saying, don't kill civilians.
She has zero talent. She has 100
yes!
current viewers, but somehow she's always on the homepage. She's winning awards.
Dude, the two-time!
Nobody's watching her. Nobody cares. Why is she relevant? We don't know.
I agree. Industry plant. I've been fucking saying it. Industry plant.
It's important for me to show you guys what an actual horrible person Frogan is so that you can see who Twitch is elevating. So let's start with this clip. Ludwig, a large streamer on Twitch, donated $10,000 to the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. That's a wonderful thing to do, right? No, not good enough for Frogan.
I find ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where, like, 95% of people feel good and are down for it.
What is Bunty King to you? A person?
And, like, ultimately, regardless of what you think,
Nicholas DeOrio?
That is not the situation here. So I personally donated 10K. Because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate. But I won't throw it on you, you know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are going to say that, you know what I mean? That's why...
he only donated 10K, guys. He only donated 10K.
This is a cracker take.
I'm sorry, that was worse than I remembered. Dude, you should know what that's like. You're half white.
Well, thanks. And some people are gonna say that. You know what I mean? That's why it's the difference.
This is a cracker take.
Difference between like, hey, I can put my money where my mouth is, but I don't need to put your money there.
Yeah, literally, friendly fire will not be tolerated.
Through a fucking debate about whether that's worthwhile.
Take. I know Arabs are dying, but you know, I'm not gonna tell you to donate. Do whatever you want. Hey, I donated $10,000, but I'm not gonna promote it.
Bro, bitch, you ain't even seen $10,000. Your fucking bank account's probably got like fucking $6 in it.
Just don't say you donated $10,000 then. Look, if you're not actively believing, if you don't believe in the cause, and if you're not against genocide at this point, like...
You're just so fucking mad that the person isn't pledging undying support to you. Unfortunately, you kind of have to accept that money too.
Keep your fucking money. Keep your $10,000.
Yeah, emergency rent on the screen. I can't even get over that. Please tell me Ethan's gonna reference it. Look at emergency rent on screen right now. Holy shit.
If you don't believe in the cause, and if you're not against genocide at this point, like, keep your
God, why does this person not blow up? I don't understand. Look at all of their friends. Why is this person's career not exploding right now? Why was the most notable thing that happened to her getting banned for 30 days? And the most entertaining stream she's on is when other people are talking about her on their own platform.
Money. Keep your $10,000. Keep your little chump change, like
your little chump change. Rent stream. Like, what
do you want to do? You want me to say like congratulations?
Imagine being Frogan, a leftist living in LA in comfort, begging for her rent money on stream, and telling displaced and famished Palestinian children, "No kids, you need to give that $10,000 back. Ludwig didn't pass my purity test."
Keep your fucking money.
Oh, this is great, dude. This is so... He literally pulled the purity test line.
Hey, there's more.
He's recovering from the near miss at the Dan Clancy section.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers.
No ban for this clip, by the way. No ban to this day.
Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military?
And by the way, people are asking me, well, Nick, U.S. military is not a protected class. Maybe you should go check the TOS again, because Twitch wrote them in as one. If you check the TOS that Twitch wrote themselves, they specify... or specified, I don't know if they've since changed it, that the U.S. military literally is one. And then they didn't enforce it anyway because she's friends with Hasan. It's insane.
Fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. Oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD.
Crazy. No ban for this. Nothing. Sorry, Dan Saltman's causing the fucking adpocalypse again. Sorry, Ethan Klein's causing the fucking adpocalypse again. Has nothing to do with this just going rabid and unchecked at the fucking expense of every other content creator on the site for a fucking year. An entire fucking year this has been going on.
And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
Oh, okay, sorry, she wasn't done. I cut her off.
This clip obviously made the rounds on social media and rightfully outraged a lot of people. Here's how she responded the next day.
I hope you get PTSD.
I don't respect you.
And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
I feel like people like Hasan and Frogan are this odd spot. They're both half white. They will never be white enough or brown enough for either community.
True.
So they double, tripe, or quadruple down on these horrible takes.
I agree. Yeah.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base?
What a likable person. I can't believe her career is not exploding.
Based? Like, am I supposed to be like, I'm not walking back on it. I still fucking agree with it. Base?
The smug defiance Frogan is showing is only because she knows that Twitch will do nothing to moderate her, despite veterans being classified as a protected group in Twitch's own community.
And people argue this, like, why are they considered that? It doesn't matter why they're considered that. They are, because that's how they wrote it. All right? They when they wrote these TOS, like, things. I don't think they expected the current guard of Twitch to like rewrite them on the fly to whatever Hasan Piker didn't
What
do.
is Bunty King to you?
Guidelines.
A person?
But
What
wait.
is Bunty King?
There's more.
Okay.
Can we call the Ethan redemption arc complete?
Yeah, so far. I mean, I don't want to sell it. He's still got 20 minutes to blow this, but I think so far this is a pretty like by the numbers, not really taking too many chances video so far that kind of just goes through the facts.
250.
What is Bunty King to you?
9/11 baking
Who
stream
is
with
Bunty
Raph and
King?
Capri.
Nicholas DeOrio?
If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri.
I forgot about this, dude. This is another one. She's gonna do a 9/11 baking stream if she hit a donation goal. The only reason this wasn't filmed, chat, is because she's so fucking poor. She couldn't even get enough donations to
Hasan and
do
Frogan
it.
Cannot and will not walk anything back. Their own audience would rip them apart.
Wait, I literally forgot about this. It's actually so funny. She couldn't hit the donation goal. That's the only reason it didn't happen. Nothing to do with Twitch's TOS. Nothing to do with bans. She just couldn't raise enough money.
If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri, Raph, and I will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake, and we'll make an airplane, and we'll recreate 9/11.
They were going to recreate 9/11 live on Twitch, and it wasn't the TOS that stopped them. It wasn't Dan Clancy. It was the fact that they're not popular enough to pull in the number of money that they would have needed to hit the goal. That's so fucking funny. That is insane.
This tweet was the final straw for me. You'll notice that.
And it's like, yeah, there are people who make edgy jokes all the time. This person believes everything that's being said. This is literally fucking Frogan's position. So no, this person isn't joking. This isn't satirical. This person is laughing at deaths of people because she literally believes that they deserve to die. Yeah.
Date is October 7th, 2023, the morning of the massacre, at 5:30
This is what she tweeted on October 7th.
a.m. Pacific time. At this moment, Hamas militants had infiltrated a music festival.
By the way, thank you for hitting the goal. We don't have those Frogan problems in these parts.
Several kibbutzim, where they began their wanton slaying of civilians. Here's what she tweeted. Leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America. But as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. It's not what she said. It's when she said it. While she's on Twitter celebrating, I was listening to the local news in Israel. Families were calling into news stations begging for help. Let me show you what I mean.
Jeez. Holy shit. Holy shit. All right. I'm not going to listen to this, but feel free if you need to. It's in the original video. I get the point. I don't want to hear it. Sorry. You've already got me to your side. I'm not playing it.
Is obsessed with keeping her on life support. And
you don't need to drag me any further over. I already agree. You sold me like an hour ago.
And instead of moderating
I don't need to hear the sound of people crying that their family members were killed while Frogan was celebrating on Twitter.
her, they actually gave her an award. Together for Legendary Woman.
Wait.
After listening to this, this woman should have moved on years ago to another profession. But for some reason, Twitch is obsessed with keeping her on life support. And instead of moderating her, they actually gave her an award, Together for Legendary Woman, in which she would get front page placement all year long.
This is actually my favorite.
Dude, legendary. They're trying so hard to make her famous, and it's not working because she's like literally not charismatic at all. Extremely boring. It's insane.
Detail.
Nobody has been given the chances Frogan has been given that she has succeeded with nothing.
About Frogan. She won a Rising Star Award at the Streamer Awards, an award show put on by her friends.
The two-time!
And then, the next year, guys, she gets nominated for Rising Star again. Are they fucking with her? You can't be Rising Star twice. It's up or it's down, man. In fact, you were never up. That was the problem.
Dude, she's just taking a little longer to blossom. Calm down. She's gonna make it.
Tried to pretend like you were up, but you were always down. Rising Star twice. What's this, fucking Mario Kart? You hit a boost up there or some shit?
She should get the Massive Woman Award.
She should get the... Okay, good one, buddy. Rising Star since 2021.
Because Frogan is the two-time Rising Star champ, and because of a massive viewership,
he called it a two-time. That's so awesome.
Of 100 concurrent viewers, it only makes sense that Twitch would give her one of the main stages at TwitchCon to do a 45-minute long segment. Her idea that was Twitch approved, an Arab to Jew racial tier list.
And again, Twitch did not ban these people for doing this. They banned them because people bitched on social media.
Who is Bunty King?
Twitch had to be told by the wider public to be offended that they ran an Arab to Jew tier list at TwitchCon. That is so fucking crazy. Like they got bullied into using their own terms of service to hold their people accountable, and months later we would find that all Twitch political content ad rates are down site-wide. Shocker.
So the premise is who can say Habibi, an Arabic word of affection like baby or sweetheart. And this tier list determines who can say it. Top and most desirable tier is Arab. And at the bottom, the worst one is, quote, loves Sabra. Now, why does Love Sabra equate to Jews? Sabra is a well-known Israeli company that makes hummus. They've been on the divestment list for many.
I'm curious.
Rogan is growing. Just sideways man shrugging.
Wait, so Mike from PA is like, I can't believe that Ethan would wait until there's allegation against Destiny to cover this. Has Destiny been mentioned in this video once? We're an hour and 25 minutes. I don't think I've heard Destiny's name once.
Years, so the activists are well aware.
This is the first Hasan Piker video that doesn't have a Destiny segment so far. He will.
Who is Bunty King?
If he was able to put an hour and 25 minutes of non-Destiny coverage into this video, I can hardly see it as a sweep.
Of their status.
He comes up one time.
Oh yeah, and Sabra literally means a Jew that was born in Israel.
It also plays up an anti-Semitic trope that denies Jewish identity in the Middle East. There's this idea that Israelis are all white colonizers who are stealing the culture and identity of Arabs to make it seem like they belong there. Watch Frogan and her co-hosts accuse Israelis of culturally appropriating Arab culture.
The one thing that's like funny is that there's two types of like genocide, right? There's like genocide of real people, and then there's like cultural genocide, right? Like this is fucking...
Is she laughing hysterically through this? What was that sound?
Funny. Like, those motherfuckers.
Wait, what?
And then there's like cultural genocide, right? Like this is fucking funny. Like those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create Sabra and make that like the staple hummus of America, insane.
It's super offensive to us. And like that's actual like cultural appropriation. Like people get mad when someone has like dreadlocks and they call that culture. I'm like, come on, it's just like a hairdo. Like it's okay. People like white people are allowed to have dreadlocks if they want dreadlocks. But like actually trying to claim our food.
Oh, she was eating, my bad.
Our desserts.
Just one question for you guys.
Who the fuck do you think is making the hummus in Israel? Martha Stewart? No, it's the same fucking Arabic-speaking Jews that you kicked out in the 1950s. Yes, they also like hummus, and they like all the same shit you do. Because they are you. They're from your country. You kicked them all out, and now you're accusing them of stealing your culture.
I think this is true. Okay, I'm not super geopolitically active, okay?
Talk about cultural genocide, well, here it is. You racist piece of shit.
Those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Hey, scumbag, here's a hummus place we used to eat at. The chef is from Yemen. Here's another dude from Syria. Does this dude look like a white colonizer to you? Would you like to tell him he's stealing your culture? Well, this is what most Israelis look like.
What is Bunty King to you?
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create Sabra.
This is...
Dude, the fucking echoes, the alt-right echoes. That's so funny, dude.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create Sabra.
It's like a fucking mouthy Buddha edit, but funnier.
This is casual bigotry being passed around like a leftist talking point. It's exactly why people are saying that anti-Semitism is coming mostly from the left. And yes, I know this dipshit is also Jewish. Incredible. He picked up so...
He's one of the approved ones, in fact. Are we going to talk about Sam Cedar, the approved Jew? I want to talk about the approved Jew, Sam Cedar.
Many tokens, He actually became one. And by the way, everybody on this panel is looking pretty fucking white themselves. So bearing all of this in mind, it's really not a stretch to say that the Love Sabra bracket is a dog whistle for Israelis or Jews.
The next person is one of my favorite people, Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one. That's good. All right. Turn that up.
Dude, the 6 people that went to a Frogan panel at TwitchCon are fucking zooming off of that, dude.
We all know where this is going.
You guys are missing a category for Zionist. That was a joke. That was just a joke in my...
Stanums. Well, obviously it's Love Sabra, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
That's easy. That's
Definitely Love Sabra.
She apparently consulted with the head of the KKK, and he told her more subtle.
How is this allowed? Because the Twitch doesn't give a fuck. Hasan Piker signs the platform's paycheck, apparently. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea why these people at Twitch just give these people a pass and allow them to create their own rules for the site that everybody else has to be fucking held to, essentially.
So if it wasn't obvious enough, they pull me, one of the best-known Jewish creators, and immediately put me in Sabra. Hasan, by the way, who's Turkish, not Arab, is Arab. That's the good one. That's the good one. The Arab ethnicity is S tier. Then Denham's jokes that...
You say money, but I can't imagine they were making a ton of money off of him a couple months ago. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on over there.
We don't have a category low enough for Zionists.
They might just be politically compromised. Could be that too.
Once again, calling out my...
What needs to happen, realistically, is Amazon needs to go through clean house, fire every single person. That's what I think. I don't think it needs to be advertisers. I don't think the site needs to die. I think Amazon needs to wake up and clean every single executive, every single high-ranking official, every single person on the trust and safety team. I think every single one of them should be fired and just run the company like YouTube does. That's what needs to happen over there.
Jewish identity.
They should all be looking for new jobs and unhireable to any other large social media site.
Where's the, you guys are missing a category for Zionist.
Factory reset the whole platform. Yeah, literally turn it off and back on again.
And if it isn't about being Jewish, why would they put Ben Shapiro in the thumbnail? One of the other most prominent Jews on YouTube.
Put pressure on Amazon? All right, listen, I don't know. I got to think that one over. I need to weigh the pros and cons of giving that go ahead, but I think it's more favorable than going after direct sponsors that can harm the overall ecosystem. Whereas, like, Amazon owns Twitch, and they should have a firmer hand on what they're actually allowing their platform to become. It's very clear they run this shit like a fraternity. It's full of titties and fucking socialist streamers, literally running it like the average college campus's fucking fraternities. So I don't know.
YouTube and the category next to me when he's not even.
What is that picture? That's the best picture of Ethan. I used it in a thumbnail recently. It's obviously edited.
The other most prominent Jews on YouTube and the category next to me when he's not even featured in the game. Who's next down there? Anne Frank, Einstein, Seth Rogen, Schindler. Well, he wasn't.
Do you guys remember the time Seth Rogen got into a fight about Jews with Tipster? One time, Seth Rogen slid into Tipster's DMs and goes, "Are you Jewish?" Then stay out of the conversation. That was a crazy one.
Jewish, but they would put him down there, let's be real.
It also doesn't help their case that both my wife and Ben Shapiro's wife were born in Israel, which would make them Sabras. So Love Sabra, literally in this case, means Jew lover. That sounds pretty racist. And what about the title? How Arab are these Twitch streamers? Hold on a minute. I thought this was about hummus. You know,
chat, we've been watching this video at 0.98x speed the entire time just to pull a little bit more. What the fuck is going on? Why is it at 0.98 speed? Okay, we're back at 1, guys. Let's get back in there.
I'm tired of these people gaslighting me. Haven't the Jews been...
That did happen. My response was to tell him to ask Lindsay Lohan. Wait, he did that. Unironically, Tipster's response to Seth Rogen was to ask for Lindsay Lohan to refollow him on Twitter, and then Lindsay Lohan unfollowed me as a result. This is a real YouTube commentary lore moment. I know half the chat thinks I'm bullshitting you, but this really did occur.
Gassed enough.
Yeah, because of Seth Rogen, Lindsay Lohan unfollowed me on Twitter.
So you're telling me you understand what a microaggression is, but and what about the title? How Arab are these Twitch streamers? Hold on a minute. I thought this was about hummus. You know, I'm tired of these people gaslighting me. Haven't the Jews been gassed enough? So you're...
Oh god, dude.
You're telling me you
I'm
understand
sorry, this
what
is
a
funny.
microaggression is, but you
This is way funnier than like. This feels like classic H3H3.
can't understand why
I haven't felt like I haven't laughed at this much in an Ethan Klein video. God, guys, it must be like 7 years. This reminds me of like when I was in high school.
a Jewish man might be uncomfortable with this. I feel like this is indefensible, blatant, obvious anti-Semitism.
Isn't it crazy that you could be like a better person and still be funny?
Nicholas DeOrio?
Can somebody tell?
I can't even call what they're saying dog whistles if I can hear it loud and clear.
Literally. Can somebody tell Ian that it's okay to be like to be a quote unquote better person and still be funny? I know it's a crazy concept. It took Ethan like 5 years or 6 years. I don't know how long it's taken Ethan. I don't know how old I am at this point. I feel old, but fuck me, dude. Can somebody tell Ian that there is a way out? You could just be funny again.
And this was greenlit by Twitch to appear on their main stage. How is that even possible? Right in front of their sponsors.
9 years ago. 9 fucking years.
2. Chevron, Capcom, and Samsung. This racial tier list was brought to you by our sponsors, Chevron.
Like, I empathize with Ethan because he was forced to be funny again out of pure hatred for the way that he's been treated by Hasan Piker and his audience. I empathize with that because I literally was brute forced back into making a main channel video because Mama Max pissed me off that much last year. Like, unironically, if Mama Max didn't piss me off in December of 2023, I wouldn't be streaming right now. It was literally purely spite-driven, my return, because that guy was fucking insane. And then we learned all that other shit, and I had to come forward and talk about it. But, like, that's the only reason we're here right now. Like, Ethan is so spite-driven, he's making better content.
On Capcom, and Samsung. This is an example of Twitch management elevating a racist nobody like Frogan at the
And then this is yeah. I mean, we've already seen him do this.
Of Twitch management elevating a racist nobody like Frogan.
It's crazy though that Twitch doesn't have any fucking, like, they literally put this shit up here with all the sponsors behind them, and they need us to remind them their own TOS to manage it effectively. It's actually fucking crazy that they can't even just handle their own fucking problems.
At the detriment of their own.
I'm sorry, dude. You can get mad at Dan, you can get mad at Ethan, and most of it's justified, I guess, about going after sponsors, but don't forget that Twitch had an Arab to Jew tier list.
Listen, my son, there is another path. You can be humorous and good, just find people you hate enough.
I'm sorry, but there's never been anything like this. This isn't comparable to PewDiePie on YouTube. Twitch let them host an Arab to Jew tier list in front of 5 fucking sponsors on the wall at their own convention, and then had to get bullied by social media into fucking enforcing their own fucking terms of service. Like, it's actually fucking crazy.
Company's well-being. Why?
After the predictable controversy this caused, Dan Clancy, the CEO, went live.
Okay, this is where I'm probably... Dude, Ethan made it like an hour and 29 minutes before I had to argue.
For the first time after 2 weeks and did an FAQ.
It's exciting to be here. Mary, thanks for having me. It's always a joy to do this with you. And we have a lot to talk about. And, looking forward to questions.
Let's take a look at some of the...
Like, imagine if, for a second, you want to talk comparable? Imagine if, for a second, PewDiePie actually wanted Christchurch to happen. Then you could probably say we have a fair argument, right? If PewDiePie said something directly that contributed to the Christchurch shooting, and it wasn't just like a bunch of retards on social media crying about it, that would be more comparable, but that just didn't happen. I'm sorry. Yeah, like, this is just...
questions they got. This person asked, do you plan on addressing the anti-Semitism problem? Dan's response, permanent ban. Why do you not ban streamers that show terrorist propaganda on your website? Good question. Permanent ban.
I mean, this is the point. I'm sorry. Look, I don't like the action of going after sponsors. In fact, I directly disavow it. I wouldn't want my audience to participate. This is the culture you're breeding over at Twitch, though, so that's the expected outcome. If Dan and Ethan didn't push these people to drop, they would have dropped eventually. All they did was accelerate the timetable because they're out of control over this fucking site. The lunatics run the asylum over at Twitch, and the ultimate fucking outcome was always going to be advertiser problems on a site that platforms terrorists.
I don't respect you.
Unapologetically platforms terrorists and terrorist rhetoric.
Do you care to comment about the ADL and anti-Semitism on Twitch?
Banned for referencing the ADL. Like, I mean, yeah.
Why the fuck is the CEO banning people for asking reasonable questions about a relevant controversy they've been in?
Because they're sweeping for Hasan Piker. Which is crazy to say. That the people, like, this is all the worst things that you could have said about Ethan having special privileges from from Susan Wojcicki are true. Like, all your worst fears about Ethan Klein 6 years ago are actually true about Hasan Piker and Dan Clancy.
What the fuck is this? These are not even written like in a mean way.
He didn't really directly talk to the sponsors. Well, no, just to be clear, Dan Saltman definitely did. Ethan did like the bit that you just saw there in a previous video where he named off the sponsors behind. But as far as I'm aware, that's the only time he did it. And it was when they were directly, I don't know.
Banned, just like the entire country of Israel. It had just been discovered around the same time as this Arab tier list that Twitch had secretly, without announcing it anywhere, banned the entire country of Israel from creating new accounts. This was enacted right after October 7th, and it continued on for a year. And if you're wondering how you didn't hear about it before, it's not because the Israelis weren't talking. Here's the top Israeli streamer's video about it.
Which is entitled, Twitch does not want Jews on their platform.
Why is contacting sponsors bad? Because it can destroy the ecosystem for most of the creators that you watch, and they don't do it for free. So you'll have nothing to watch.
He explains that they slowly started to realize no accounts could be made.
And personally, I don't care about Israel or Hamas enough to want my ad rates to go down for your crusade.
Him and his fellow Israeli streamers were causing a lot of noise to get noticed, but Twitch completely ignored them for 5 months.
Why should I care? Because we won't make videos for you and you'll have nothing to watch.
When he created a support ticket with Twitch, it was straight up deleted with zero explanation. Around the end of the year, when people started talking about anti-Semitism on Twitch, Dan Saltman discovered the Israel ban when he was sent the code proving the block happened, presumably from someone who works at Twitch, and it could no longer be ignored.
I'll read a book. No, you won't. Absolutely won't.
Israeli and American media started to pick up the story, which finally forced Twitch to respond. He also explains the block started
YouTube was better when they did it for free. No, it wasn't.
On October 13th, which happens to be Global Jihad Day, when Islamic terrorists call on others globally to act, which he thinks is an odd coincidence. They were never notified in any way, and it greatly affected their business. He says he doesn't feel safe with Dan Clancy in power, as he feels he can no longer trust him.
When Israelis try to sign up, it gives you a generic error message. It doesn't say anything that suggests that you're ineligible because you're in Israel. So when one of these guys wrote to Twitch customer service, this is what they said. I am really sorry that you are having issues creating an account. We have reviewed your case thoroughly and can confirm that unfortunately you are not eligible to create a Twitch account. As a result.
What was it? Let's see. I don't think Dan Clancy is long for Twitch. I mean, if Dan Clancy still works there, and he does, then it seems like that people are just okay with this, or they're not watching. I don't know how Dan Clancy is still employed, personally. Like, I don't know how you can do so much damage to the reputation of a company and still work there. Like, in such a short time. Because even non-Israel Palestine related things that he's done, I mean, he showed it in this video. He's really not a popular guy.
We will be closing your case at this time.
Under the new increased scrutiny, Dan Clancy panicked and posted 2 terrible explanations on Twitter that were immediately community noted.
How can Twitch say on one hand that they've reviewed the case thoroughly, and then on
update, Hasan has banned anyone who brings up Ethan, H3, anything related to content nuke on his Discord, and some words on his stream. Good. Put the pressure on. Keep moving forward, soldiers. He will respond to this. He will watch this video. Otherwise, he'll be hearing about it for the next 2 months.
the other hand say it was an accident and they didn't know? This is all very fishy.
A big media company like Twitch doesn't realize that their new account signups from Israel has completely flatlined? You're telling me that you guys didn't...
At the very least, this will ruin his day and many days to come.
Notice that. That's impossible. Then, at the same time, it was announced that Sneeko, Fresh and Fit,
And
they, by the way, they justify what Ethan is saying right here based solely off the fact that, like, well, all those guys were rebanned. As if it wasn't still crazy that this happened at the same time.
Little Houthi twink terrorists were all unbanned and they could stream again on Twitch. This is like the holy trinity of anti-Semitism.
So guys, yeah, we're back on Twitch. Welcome. I know we had gotten banned or whatever, or we got suspended, but I went ahead and appealed it. And
That's just so fucking crazy. They unbanned a terrorist. And by the way, not only was that they unbanned the terrorist ban evasion account, which was like an entirely separate permaban.
Back in the house, man. So for all the haters out there that were
like I couldn't, like, I'm talking about Houthi Charlemagne, not him.
Like, you know, oh yeah, they got banned on Twitch. Hey, be mad. Be mad, guys, because we are back in the house. They can't stop us.
They did stop.
So many comments in the video, but Hasan will debate anybody, but he won't. So point that out. Respond to those people. He absolutely won't do that.
An hour later, all 3 of the accounts were eventually rebanned. But the decision to unban those 3 creators at that exact time...
By the way, the link for Denims' thing is still up. If anybody can archive that, you can actually pull it up now and download it. It's a 10-hour VOD, but I'm sure whatever super soldier can get that to us for another future reaction would be greatly loved amongst the community.
And being 3 of the best-known anti-Semites on the internet seems to clearly be trying to send a message.
Hasan dodged Destiny for years. Yeah, he absolutely did. But unfortunately, like, Ethan isn't Destiny. Ethan's significantly larger than Destiny and more, like, just generally notable. And they also have crossover audience because they did a show together. You can't really just say, oh, H3's community is just like DGG.
And then it was discovered that Twitch's head of policy and community guidelines.
Oh, this was crazy. This was one of the biggest things that Dan Saltman found. Look at this shit.
Was previously fired from her job publicly by the British government. Why? She does not like the Jews.
That's right. Their head of trust and safety was previously suspended from her job at Ofcom for being too anti-Zionist. And guess where her very next job was at? That's right, Twitch TV.
Apparently she was posting pro-Hamas tweets.
I'm sorry, but like, dude, like, sorry that Dan Saltman and Ethan Klein mentioned sponsors, like, or contacted them directly. But like, the head of their trust and safety team was fired for her fucking comments about Jews. This is a little ridiculous. Guys, this is not like a little ridiculous.
It's only mere days after October 7th happened.
That's so interesting. It sounds just like someone else we know. It's almost like supporting terrorists is institutional. Hell, it might even be a prerequisite. Take a look at this tweet from Twitch's senior manager of inclusive marketing, Bridget Chermating, on October 12th. People are posting screenshots of them donating to Israel relief funds. Shake my head, y'all are truly rooting for the oppressor.
This is literally worse than Frogan's take on the fucking Palestine donation.
Book. This tweet was made only 5 days after the October 7th massacre. The donations she's criticizing would go to families like this, if they were still alive. This entire family was murdered in cold blood by Hamas terrorists on October 7th. Bridget, who did these little girls oppress? How can you act so
I'm sorry, it's fucking true!
High and mighty for your cause and be so callous and inhuman for the innocents on the other side?
Ethan Klein is kind of holding dead bodies in front of us. That's something he's definitely doing here. But like,
this statement was
fucking true.
Made by the senior manager for inclusive marketing. Is that some kind of joke? Is this what inclusion looks like at Twitch?
Dude, again, like, I would be much harder on him if it's not the senior fucking person of inclusivity on the trust and safety team.
I don't respect.
I wonder how things got this bad.
Is it really crazy at this point, after all this, to say that Twitch has an anti-Semitism problem? I think it would be harder at this point to argue the opposite.
Oh, Bridget, one more thing. Sorry, I forgot. Can you tell me the answer to this riddle? What's the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jewish kid? I'm standing by. Let us know. And yes, it's true. I should point out this tweet is from 2011. This one, however, is from 22.
Sarah Silverman tweeted out, Kanye threatened the Jews yesterday on Twitter and it's not even trending. Why do mostly only Jews speak up against Jewish hate? The science is so loud. Bridget
Oh my God, dude.
said, this was the energy I was around when I worked with 2 Jewish women in social impact who are both senior to me. She's trying to make Sarah Silverman seem like some kind of Jewish Karen for caring about anti-Semitism. I wouldn't really care about any of this if she wasn't the head of fucking diversity at Twitch. What the fuck is happening here? This is insane.
So with people like her deciding what is and isn't okay on Twitch, there's no surprise that you end up with these extraordinarily uneven enforcements of the rules.
Yeah.
Take, for example, this clip of the streamer Destiny. He was permanently banned for what he said here.
That community is never worth engaging with. There's just no point in doing it. Like, it's too, the risk of me, like, ending up getting, like, permabanned and my life destroyed because of these, like, inbred fucking disgusting losers is, like, it's just not worth it. It's just totally not worth it.
And okay, fair enough. If you're going to be consistent with the enforcement, then, let's have a friendly place, a safe environment. It's calling a minority group inbred, which results in a permanent ban. Okay, has anyone else done that?
The Jewish KKK brigades out there, just a bunch of fucking inbred hicks. Imagine the most inbred white supremacist guy you can imagine.
Look, I'm sorry if you hate fucking Destiny, but this is like legit. Yeah, whatever. This is a crazy fucking thing that's happening at Twitch right now. Unfortunately, it's the perfect example to articulate this argument. And Twitch didn't ban Destiny because they know some Dr. Disrespect fucking victim behind the scenes that they couldn't move forward with.
Okay. Every week there was another.
They banned him because of the comment he made about trans people.
Fucking psychopathic settler, inbred fucking douchebag. Oh, these inbred fucking douchebags in the background, dude. A nation entirely comprised of messianic, inbred, ultra-orthodox psychopaths that these inbred don't understand. Educated, inbred, fundamentalist hicks.
Calling us in the middle of campus, calling us inbred, that we have no culture. One of them grabbed my friend's Israeli flag in the middle of campus.
All right, that's a good point, Simp Man. It is kind of insensitive to drop the content nuke while Hasan Piker is currently in Japan.
Carried it to a mob by the gate that were communicating with the angry mobs outside of campus.
Untrained inbred asses shipped into southern Lebanon, telling us that we are all inbred and that we have no culture.
You want to...
Why does his laugh sound like water dripping in the middle of the night? Because you didn't turn the fucking faucet off all the way.
See clips?
Inbred.
God, the edits are so good. Yeah, it's vintage. It's vintage shit.
Happy birthday from Twitch, Hasan.
The clips are... And that's not necessarily the algorithm.
I think this is fine. This part's fine.
Hasan, a non-Jewish person, is referring to Jews as...
Dude, I think that Dan from H3H3 is like the unsung hero for reeling in Ethan. You can just tell, like, you just feel like things are about to go off the rails and he's going to say something crazy. And you just know that he had a good support group this time that kind of reeled him in. I say that while there's still 4 more minutes for him to completely blow this. But I think there are some minor things I have an issue with. Ultimately, I think the video is still pretty decent.
Inbred, consistently...
What is he going to say in the next 4 minutes? It's going to blow my mind.
Throughout his career.
Inbred, ultra-orthodox psychopaths.
Zero punishment. Hasan interviewing a Houthi pirate.
The Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Zero punishment. Hasan watching terrorist propaganda with zero critical commentary.
They do do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Zero punishment. Hasan threatening a sitting congressperson. This one actually blew my mind. When I saw he tweeted that, I said, he's done after this for sure. For sure he is. For those that may not recognize this weapon, I'll explain. Shinzo Abe is a former Japanese prime minister. He served from 2012 to 2020. He was assassinated in July of 22 in a stunning fashion that left the Japanese public horrified. He was killed with a makeshift weapon that the shooter had built himself at home. So when Hasan saw this tweet that he didn't like, he posted the schematics in what can only be presumed as an invitation to someone in his fan base to build this weapon and then assassinate this sitting congressperson who wrote a tweet he did not like. I genuinely do not know how he didn't land himself in prison for making terroristic threats.
Zero punishment.
Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods.
And this isn't just a Hasan problem. It underscores a disturbing trend among leftists on Twitch. The problem is, if you can believe it, these people are frequently making death threats and facing zero consequence. I know it sounds far-fetched, but I assure you it's very real.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
Bro, that Destiny guy needs to get
And they're gonna say, oh no! He clipped denims! It was make him disappear or make the tits bigger! Yeah, the joke is that they should kill this person because you don't like them. So, okay. It's not the worst thing on the planet Earth or whatever, but it's still pretty clear that it's a death threat.
Not gonna fucking lie.
It would just be so easy to just, it was so...
I mean, this is like something that all of these people do. He's right.
Solve all of our problems. Like, we would have socialism now at this point.
Let me ask you, just chat, I want to hear this. If Frogan said what Denim said there, without the conventional attractiveness and the knowledge that Frogan is like a complete monster who believes all this shit, would you think differently if you heard that come out of Frogan's mouth? Just wondering.
Right? We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and...
We're pretty split. We're pretty split, but also some of the no's are they're both evil. So I didn't really have to give you anything. You kind of were there already.
It would be so easy.
Thing that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
Actually, Mike from PA, the dude that's stuck in the before image of a transformation story, did receive a 3-day ban.
This man put a bounty on a fellow streamer's head. This man should not be getting a 3-day suspension. He should be getting a knock on his door from the FBI.
I made this video for 2 reasons. First, to stop Hasan infiltrating mainstream media. Hasan has been welcomed by many mainstream outlets. They view him as a friendly social democrat, as someone who's just...
I think he could have cut that segment. There were funnier things you could pull up. I don't know. The they make death threats thing doesn't really feel like it's necessary for the rest of the video.
Trying to...
Because it's just going to leave them room to weasel out and be like, no, teehee, we're just joking. We're just joking.
Spread progressive politics online to an important demographic. But we know that's not true. He is not their friend or their ally.
I don't know. I make similar jokes, but I don't ever say, like, my audience should go and kill this person. It's always like, I hope this person gets hit by a tractor trailer. But, like, just like an act of God consumes their life or something.
If you ever see Hasan rubbing shoulders...
They aren't joking, though. Yeah, I mean, that's the major point there.
...with anyone from mainstream media...
Like, I hope this person gets mauled by a buffalo or something.
Yeah. Let them know politely, with all the civility in the world, what kind of person he is when he thinks mainstream media isn't watching. Help them understand that his name should be associated with people like Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones, other fringe, radical, political commentators. Number 2, Twitch must be held accountable. Twitch has proven that it will not change by choice.
That's true. Wait, I like that.
Do you think Hasan would get banned from Twitch if he now looked like he did when he was at the Young Turks?
I don't think that there's anything they could do to ban Hasan Piker. I don't think they'll ever ban him.
I don't respect you. So, I respect
I got that up. Don't worry. Don't worry, Ty. I got that locked and loaded for after we're done with this section.
And so it is our moral imperative to enact that change through any reasonable means that we can. Samsung, Chevron, and Capcom.
Okay. Yeah, all right. We're going to really lean on this now.
Twitch has given them a lasting association with a racial tier list with Arabs at the top and Jews at the bottom. These brands have every right to know. And they should. We all recall YouTube's adpocalypse. It happened when ads were running over ISIS recruitment videos and it caused a brand exodus. The same thing is happening now on Twitch, but instead of ISIS, it's the Houthis, Hamas, and Hezbollah. Dan Clancy's refusal to...
I think I fucking made the same argument without framing it that way. Like, I've made that argument in this video without pointing out directly at the brand specifically. And I think that's the better way to go about it.
Moderate extremist is the only reason for any of this. He is the sole person to blame. He had
the more I watch this video, the more I think that going after Amazon
What
is
is
the
Bunty
right
King to you?
move.
A person? Who is Bunty King?
Amazon, going after Amazon doesn't necessarily harm any individual content creators. It keeps it away from sponsorships and destroying the ecosystem that could ultimately spill out and hit other platforms. I feel like Amazon is the right way to go. I don't know.
So many opportunities to stop this. Ultimately, after dedicating months of my life to creating this video, I am left with one overwhelming conclusion. Fuck this dude.
Based! I don't know. So the sponsors are my only real focal point here. I think the Dan Clancy segment is like hinging on being too far, but doesn't really cross the line. I think the video is conventionally, like, it's funny. It just feels like a classic Ethan Klein video. I like it. I like the video. That's where I came away from it. I'll probably sit on this for a few days now, and then when I come back, like on Saturday or Sunday, that's Saturday. Today's Saturday almost. On Sunday or Monday, I don't know. It'll be interesting on the second playthrough through Denim's watch. But I think it was alright. I think it's a good starting point for anybody who wasn't following this the entire time.
So first set of act.
I think definitely the strongest stuff is when you're talking about Frogan, when you're playing those clips of... I mean, there's just so many good clips of Hasan sounding like a complete psychopath. I'm beginning to think Leftovers isn't coming back. Did I miss the part with JonTron? Yeah, there's no JonTron in this one. It wouldn't make sense to go it would make sense to go after Amazon if Amazon cares enough. I mean, I can't imagine that they don't, right? And maybe it would be even easier to fight with Amazon now that like the sponsor stuff is done.
Who is Bunty King?
The phone call with Frogan's tweet in the background was rough. Yeah, I wasn't going to watch that on stream, but I think that it serves a purpose to put there. It does feel... Ethan has like a weird thing where it feels like he's pulling up dead bodies to fight arguments for him. And I don't like that. And I don't know. I don't want to engage with that on the stream. It feels a little icky, but it's like... She's calling for like the deaths of people. I don't know how mad I can get here. This is just such a ridiculous example that when I was thinking about this 5 years ago, I never conceived Ethan using those arguments against someone who's just this uncaring and cold about like the deaths of civilians. You know? When I gave that take about the fucking content nuke Keemstar, I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd hear those same arguments about someone like Frogan.
Dude, the Anne Franklin part fucking killed me. She killed children, you guys. She's just
the
like
Anne
Luffy.
Frank thing. Can I hear that again? The Anne Frank thing. That was the best fucking clip of the video. That or the KFC meme. What the fuck was it? She's just like... Yeah, this is the best part of the whole video.
Well, I'm happy to tell you guys we are working on a new edition just for you, Hasan. You should hear about the time she went roaming the streets of Berlin at night with a knife, slitting the throats of families, including children, babies, and the elderly. She's killed children, you guys. She even rapes people. She's just like Luffy. There is no other way to describe this than terrorist propaganda.
Oh,
Not
fuck.
only is he...
Holy shit, dude. Holy fuck. That is just completely... That is great. Instant classic, yeah. I think this is a much more, like, mild-mannered approach to some... Like, it could have been significantly more radical, I think, from him. So again, this is what his take was, hearing about it. Supposedly he's banned everything from being discussed.
From what I understand, the review
8 out of 10. Yeah, I could live with that.
Reviews are not great. Turns out when you're not...
Guys, the views from my community, they've dictated this video is not good. Sorry. I hate to say it. The reviews for this from my community say that they like me more.
Particularly smart or particularly knowledgeable about politics, and you try to do a political takedown, people are going to look at it and say, yeah, you're kind of stupid. Especially if your big reveal is that I am a socialist.
I think his big reveal is that you're like making wildly anti-Semitic content. I think that was I think that was his big reveal. And that like Twitch is just knowingly allowing this to go on at the detriment to all of their streamers who rely on them for money because they built a platform on the site that prefers Hasan Piker to ad revenue.
We literally had a political podcast together.
I wonder how this sub is going to spin supporting terrorism. YouTube drama. Let's see how many likes this got. Oh, -3. Okay. Yeah. This was posted 4 minutes ago. Let's refresh and see where we're at. 4 hours ago now, because we've been streaming for a little while. Clip shimping me into oblivion. Yeah, it's not clip shimping. Those are his positions. I'm sorry. The closest thing to a clip chimp is when Denims was cut for saying, make those tits bigger or something. I mean, I would need to see some, like, real fucking context for why he's been clipped out of context for a lot of that. Ironic pace. To be honest, he paused for like a full 10 seconds before finishing the last sentence. He sounds sad more than anything. Good, he should be. He's a pathetic loser. Hasan is a socialist. I don't know, I heard he owns a car. Will my toothbrush be safe? God, these people are so pathetic. If Hasan's socialism, why big house? Like, you've been just argued into a corner. Like, you can't reference these things. Like, this has been Dark Viper AU'd. That's what's happening here. You can't ask why he's got a really expensive car or a big house because it's been discussed to such a level and satirized to like such a high level that like you can't even engage with the criticism anymore. Oh, revive the goal. Thank you, Smaggle. The goal is live, dude. I can't imagine how Ethan thinks it makes him look good that he collaborated so heavily with someone supposedly to be abhorrent. Doesn't it make you look worse? Who did he collaborate with? Oh, you're saying Hasan. Okay. Well, yeah, that's the point, is that he feels bad for having worked with him. All right, let's get to the real meat, eggs, and potatoes over here. Oh, man. Let me pull this one up. This is the Ethan Klein announces his content nuke on Hasan Piker thing is done. This was 3 days ago before the video released over on r/YouTube drama, who currently, by the way, we're not going to get into this, is at war with H3H3's community because they claim they're being brigaded. Which is very funny. Posted at 3:30 a.m. while he's sick with COVID. I don't know if the interest, I don't know if it's in his interest to keep updating everyone on the progress and hyping it up. You keep your expectations tampered. Now his fans are expecting basically the most quintessentially perfect anti-Hasan video ever. I mean, it was a very good video for somebody who hasn't made a video in 5 years. But of course, 90% of it is going to be crowdsourced from all the shit we've seen from Destiny. Well, unfortunately, Destiny is referenced, I think, for like 1 minute